Hello, hi, hello, hi, switching over. Hello, how's it going? Wow, another stream so soon. Well, like I said, I want to be more consistent, but yeah, I didn't feel like playing a game. I usually don't feel like playing games, to be honest. Um, but yeah, since I kind of enjoyed reading through old retro game magazines the last stream, and you know, from what I've seen, it got some pretty half-decent metrics, I guess, if any of that matters, but yeah, no, I don't know, it just seemed promising, and yeah, and I had fun reading through old magazines that I kind of reminisce about. So yeah, I figured why not milk it for all it's worth, and well, yeah, that's kind of the point of it, really, ultimately, in the end. But no. These tips and tricks, these old tips and tricks magazines are pretty dope, and yeah, no, I just have fun reading through them. But before I continue, I would like to do my due diligence and shill my Discord server. Here we go. No, because, well, I don't need to give a reason. I just have a fucking Discord server. Apparently that's the thing to do if you're a streamer. Apparently, I don't know who the hell's gonna visit it, but well, yeah, well, there it is. If someone, you know, wants to go there for whatever reason, I don't know why, but yeah, there it is. But yeah, is there anything else I wanted to say? Today is Monday. Well, it's Tuesday now because it's just past midnight, but yeah, on Sunday I was at a picnic. Yes, my cousins invited me to their kids' birthday party, like his very first birthday party. Yeah, it was pretty nice. You know, I got to see my niece and nephews on my dad's side, and yeah, good kids. And apparently they like me. I don't know what they see in me, but apparently they like me. So yeah, no, it was pretty fun. Yeah, I enjoyed them. I had fun seeing my nieces and nephews and my cousins and all that. And oh my god, right? So it's my nephew's first birthday party, right? And my cousins, they invited all sorts of people who I've never met before, right? And they all brought their kids as well. And oh my god, right? We were all singing happy birthday and I got the fucking names wrong. I felt so, oh my god. My uncle, he just like turned towards me when I said the wrong name and was like, oh my god, what have I done? Oh my god. But no, I'm sure people understood, you know, we all got a good laugh out of it. I had a good laugh out of it as well, but oh my god, did I feel so fucking bad? Did I feel so awkward in front of everyone? But no, I had a good time either way. But yeah, I have work tomorrow, but you know, I don't start until like late in the afternoon, and yeah, I don't know how long this stream is going to be, but, you know, how long is it going to take me to read through a magazine, right? I don't know, I could be a pretty slow reader sometimes. I like to take my time, you know, I don't like rushing through things. Well, I say that, but I still rush through things sometimes, you know. But yeah, so Tips and Tricks magazine, as we've covered previously, was a game magazine published by the same guy who does Hustler magazine, so yeah. Adult publishing, but you know, with a video game magazine. Yeah, pretty cool. And like I said, that's probably why it's good. That's why it's such a good read. But but I keep saying but, even though I don't really have anything to follow up with. But I did it again. And yeah, I'm just gonna jump straight into this, to be honest. So this issue, number 58, right? I said last time that this wasn't the first issue that I read. It was the one afterwards. So 59, I said it was my first magazine, but I was wrong. I was wrong after putting some thought into it. No, this was my very first issue that I picked up from Tips and Tricks magazine. And yeah, it was with Tomorrow Never Dies, because I had the game at the time. And, you know, game at the time, I had Tomorrow Never Dies. It's a good PlayStation 1 game from what I remembered, as janky as it is. But yeah, no, yeah, there was a magazine that had this, that featured it, and I was like, oh cool, I could probably learn a few things from it. And yeah, that's it. Right, enough yapping and all that, but let's read through this. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna be eating through this. I hope you don't mind, because I don't know, I just need to eat. I'm a growing boy. But yeah, let's see. Do I have everything set up here? I have desktop audio unmuted. You could hear the BGM, so it isn't too quiet. Then yeah, apparently it's picking up my voice, apparently. So oh, I know what I'm missing. Hold on, I need to go to VC face for a second. Go this, get my prop suit, and I need to center my face. I need to do this, and then get this it. Oh, no, that's not what I want. There we go. Right. That's a bit too big. And then I just rotate this, and I need to center my face again. I need to keep my head still. Right, and then I just do this. Yeah, cool. That's what I needed. I'm craving that nicotine buzz. Shit. And then I do this, and then I do this, get rid of this, and then hide the window, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. So, let's see. First impressions, tips and tricks, the #1 video game tips magazine, over 2,000 video game tips. So this is more catered towards like 5th generation consoles as it was appropriate for the time, because that was the time it was being published. Yeah. And what else? Well, it definitely covers more than 5th gen consoles over the years, definitely, but this just happens to be the era that I just jumped into it. But let's see. Select video game previews. Grand Theft Auto 2. Oh, that's quite new. Vandal Hearts 2, that sounds familiar. I can't quite remember what it was though, but I presume it's some sort of JRPG. Then we've got SNK versus Capcom, the first one. Threads of Fate, I had Threads of Fate as well. That was a fun Square Enix JRPG as well. Then we've got Evil Knievel, that's a name I haven't heard in a very long time. Then we've got Spyro 2, Tony Hawk, and Hot Wheels. I had Hot Wheels as well, and well, I had all these games to be honest, but yeah. And we seem to have like a double page here. Let's see, book view. Yeah. This product is not approved, endorsed, or sponsored by Nintendo. Who cares what Nintendo thinks? Fucking bastards. See, some secrets come back to haunt you. Let's see. G-Virus? Yeah, like these spreads. It's in your blood. That's Jill Valentine, I believe that's her name. Some secrets come back to haunt you. Just days after surviving the grisly disaster at the Mansion Lab, Joel Valentine resigns from the stars and attempts to escape a nightmarish city in ruins. Did I not read this previously? Trapped in a town crawling with hordes of flesh-eating zombies, hideous mutants, and a relentless new nemesis, she must rely on cunning and brute force to stay alive. What she soon discovers is that the evil created by Umbrella Corporation's biotech terror is even more horrifying than she ever imagined. Hold on, I need to burp. Excuse me, I just ate dinner. I had like teriyaki salmon, which was alright. You know, I've definitely had better teriyaki salmon in the past, but it's better than nothing. Oh yeah, and I have some extra food here, so I'm probably going to be munching through the stream. So yes, if I haven't already previously said that already. Yeah, let's check out these screenshots. Yeah, pretty dark screenshots, but it gives you enough information and context either way, so I can't complain. Not that I want to complain. Right, we have 117 pages to go through. So let's see. Ooh, Earthworm Jim 3. What's that one for? Nintendo 64. Hold on, I want to see this. Earthworm Jim 3. 3D. Oh my goodness, a 3D game. Like, I mostly know it as like a 2D platformer. Right. Let's see this again. Welcome to Tips and Tricks, the #1 video game tips magazine. In this magical paragraph, we have the ability to ramble on about what you'll find inside our December 1999 issue. 1999! I would be 8 years old at the time, and I would turn 9 by January. Ooh, it's quite a while ago. However, as you can see, there's far more detailed listing of our contents in the area below. So instead of... Sorry, I was distracted. Where was I? So instead of continuing this hyperbole, we'll leave you to scan the remainder of the page at your leisure, you lucky person. That's great. I like it when, you know, game magazines, publishers, or even journalists don't presume that I'm a fucking idiot, you know, and, you know, trust me to my own devices. So let's see. Power up, reader's tips, tips and tricks, select games, high scores, Pokemon report, Japan report, cool zone. And strategies, we got strategies for 007, Tomorrow Never Dies, Win Back. Wait, what's this? Oh, this is probably like a part 1, because this, we definitely did, no, I'm talking a lot of shite here, because when I did this stream previously on the subsequent issue, there was an ad for Win Back, but there wasn't a strategy for Win Back, right? But anyway, Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage, Sega Bass Fishing, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Oh, that's the very first one. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. And we've got codes for Nintendo 64, PlayStation, Game Boy, Dreamcast, and Game Shark. So let's see. Anything catching my eye? Oh, that I think that those are like plushes for those old Rampage games. Those were fun. I used to play that with my cousins. That was a lot of fun. And then you travel to like, I don't know, you play as like giant kaiju, basically, you know, like Godzilla and whatnot, and you just go through different settings across the world and just smash everything, eat people, destroy buildings, all that sort of thing. Sorry, I'm just like pouring some soy sauce for my salmon maki, because I'm craving salmon maki. Did you know that, I don't know, well, I live in Scotland, right? So there's a big like salmon industry. So yeah, I'm eating the good stuff straight from the source. Yeah, how about that? I like squeezing out the soy sauce and just like, you know, sucking out the remainder from the pouch. Like a Capri Sun, a very sodium-rich Capri Sun. Right, select game, 62, Pokemon report, Japan report. Oh, that looks like a... What is it called? What is that glitch called? It's like... Is it memory overflow? Something like that. It had the word overflow in it. That's when, I don't know, apparently like computers like store information in registers, and they can only hold a certain amount of information, and then if you go over that certain amount, it spills over into other registers, and that's called like an overflow. Something like that. Something like that. You know, I didn't study computer science or anything like that. I'm just a hobbyist. Oh, and we have the Xena. We have the Xena ad again. Xena, warrior princess, you fight like a woman, will forever be a statement of respect. Yeah. I wasn't a fan of the TV show. I was more into cartoons back then. Okay, so this looks like a different Xena game from the one that I had. The one I had was kind of more like adventure, but this one seems more like a brawler sort of thing, beat 'em up sort of game. Cool. Let's see. Oh, and this is where we're introduced to the staff again. Oh, and I think it's the same guys again. Right. After more than 10 years of writing for video game magazines, Chris Bieniek has amassed an amazingly large collection of promotional t-shirts. He's a bit too large to wear most of them, but he figures his great-grandchildren will be considered ultra-hip when they walk around promoting obscure 90s games like Gadget Twins. Current favorite games? I wonder if it's any different from the last time I read this section. Hot Wheels, Turbo Racing, Army Men, Surge's Heroes, Lego Races, Gun-Knack. What's Gun-Knack? I'm gonna look this up. There we go. Let's see. I need to, like, not run my sleeve over my sushi. Let's see, so... Gun-Knack? It looks like a NES game. Okay, let me throw this up onto the screen for a second. Let me just resize a few things. Okay, this will be good. That's fine. And then... Okay. And then I just do a window capture, so that's Gun-Knack for the NES. And then... Reveal yourself! Right, Gun-Knack for the NES. So this is one of this guy's favorite games. Let's see. In the vast universe far away, there's this peaceful nation consisting of 7 planets orbiting around an artificial sun. Their peace, however, is about to be shattered. Animals, plants, and products from the factories begin to attack the people. Oh no, it's a revolt. Oh yeah, another day at the fish factory where we make fish. The nation becomes lost in chaos without knowing the reason why. A conference of representatives from the 7 planets requests the space police to solve the matter. Go space police. It's only a matter of time until we have space police. A capable commander with the code name of Gun-Knack is summoned. His mission is to investigate the 8 areas and restore peace to the nation. I thought there were 7 areas. Alright, they're just switching numbers now. Rumor has it that there is a powerful invader in one of the 8 areas who is generating all the threats. Sorry, I'm just eyeing my sushi, my maki sushi at the side. I'm kind of peckish. Tokyo Shoseki, programmed by Compile, presented by Nextsoft. Alright, let's see what the gameplay is like, and I could have a little nibble as we watch this. You now have something called Collects more bombs. I see. She looks very happy for what's happening. Right. Hmm. Ooh, that was nice. Alright, so it's kind of like... what was that, top-down shooter? I think that's what that genre is called. Or format, whatever you want to call it. Wow, it's just like Toho. That'll be my, like, standard of comparison for everything. Is it just like Toho? Let's see what else there is. Looks alright. Just looks like a typical, like, top-scrolling shooter sort of game. Oh boy. Yeah. You haven't defeated me yet. Who's this old grandma? She's kind of cute. Yep. Cool. I think I've seen enough. Yeah. At the end of the day, video games are kind of all the same. Right. As fun as they are, as much fun as I had with them. Senior editor Anatole Brown, or Anatoly Brown, likes to come into work and reenact great sports plays that he's seen on ESPN the previous night. He really throws himself into it, too, flinging his co-workers into walls and file cabinets. He also does this when he reports back to us after attending industry press events and trade shows. Hold on, let me just check something. Right. Trade shows. Current favorite games: Quake 2, Toy Story 2, Win Back, Resident Evil 3, Toy Story 2. I should do a stream of that at some point. Tips and Tricks associate editor Jason Wilson is closely completing his collection of games for the Nintendo Entertainment System. He's trying to buy up the 154 games he's missing before the year 2000. Among the more obscure titles on his want list are Stadium Events and Flintstone Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. Right, I'm kind of curious about Flintstone Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. Alright, let's see. So, Flintstone's Surprise at Dinosaur Peak. That's for the NES, apparently. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's made by Taito. Let's see if I can, like, enlarge this. Oh my god, it's Fred and Barney. Pebbles! Pebbles! Where are you? Hey, Fred. What's up? I think that's his voice. That's how he sounds like. I can't find Pebbles. Have you seen her? A very simple plot. No, but now I don't even know what his voice is, to be honest. Now that you mention it, I haven't seen Bam Bam either. Let's see. Let's skip forward a bit. This kind of reminds me of like Island Adventure. I think that's what it's called. You got that guy in the grass skirt and like a baseball cap. Oh, what are these sounds? A fire dinosaur lives in this mountain. You should talk to him. I don't think dinosaurs are subject to reason. Oh my god, what an awful noise. What? Slingshots? In the Flintstones? I did not know this game was so violent. Looks alright. Pretty cool. Let's see what else. Do. That's a pretty cool stage. I kind of like that. And there's Ghost, Dinosaur Ghost. Holy shit, this game has everything. Right, that's enough. Right, cool. We have a whole magazine to read. Right. We've read that. Current favorite game is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Squash the Beat Mania Complete Mix Winback. Winback seems to be the thing among these guys. Apparently laboring under the misconception that he's still living in Maryland, Associate Editor Arash Shirinian recently learned that it's not impossible to get a full-on sunburn in Southern California during late October. The good news was that, with all of the peeling skin hanging off his face, he didn't need to buy a Halloween costume. That's good. It all works out in the end. Current favorite games: G Darius, Prehistoric Isle 2, F355 Challenge, and Tomba 2. Oh yeah. Where is Tips and Tricks art director Ione Flores? As this issue was suppressed, she has been out of the office for a whole week. All we've heard is that she's mixed up in some top secret project involving rings, champagne, and people throwing rice at her. I wonder what that could be. I hope she comes back soon, cause the temp we hired sure is surly. Current favorite games: Neo Mystery Bonus, Neo Dragon's Wild, Neo Cherry Master, Pokemon Pinball. Please welcome the newest member of the Tips and Tricks staff, Assistant Editor Charlotte Chen, author of a new Pokemon Report column. After several weeks at Tips and Tricks, Charlotte remains unfazed by Ara's cynicism, Anatole's compulsive neatness, Chris's narcolepsy, or Jason's slacker music. So it looks like she's going to work out just fine. Current favorite games: Final Fantasy III, Monster Rancher 2, Pokemon Red, and Bust a Move. Pokemon Red was my very first Pokemon. Oh my god, it's Sam Hyde. No, Pat Reynolds. Why does that name sound familiar to me? I've said this previously, but I haven't looked into it since then. Has been scrambling to pick up import copies of the first 6 Mega Man games, which Capcom is releasing for the PlayStation in Japan at the rate of approximately one per month. In addition, an entire wall of Pat's home is covered with the spine cards that are folded around the edges of shrink-wrapped game and audio CDs in Japan. Current favorite games: Resident Evil 3, Jet Force Gemini. I was confusing that with Jet Set Radio. Donkey Kong 64, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Jeff Arnold comes from a land where the wheat is still wheat, where the water in the rivers is still water. As a freelance strategy guide author, Jeff's home computer is equipped with an indestructible black box that keeps a record of all activity in the event that he should fall asleep at the keyboard and lose control. Current favorite games: Centipede, Miss Pac-Man, Super Smash Bros., and Mario Kart 64. Then we've got Rich Krupa. Insists on fresh Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Ooh, those are quite nice. I like peanut butter cups. Which he describes as having a smooth, somewhat shiny tops. Yeah, no, he's not wrong. The chocolate should be crisp enough to snap, he explains, with the filling still soft. When they're exposed to too much heat, they get dry and crumbly. It's evidenced by a dull surface discoloration. I see, this guy knows his peanut butter cups. Current favorite games: Sega Bass Fishing, Tokyo Extreme Racer, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, Arrowing. Right, definitely want to play Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace at some point. Oh, Ass. Juggernaut. Ooh, this looks like a horror game. I haven't seen this one. Juggernaut. Get ready for a rollercoaster ride through hell. Juggernaut will take you on a journey through time and space that could prove to be the most frightening and puzzling experience ever on a video game. Demonic possession, murder, and ghostly vendettas are some of the terrors that you'll be forced to confront as you make your way through this 3-disc epic of horror. If your nerves and your intellect are good enough, Juggernaut will amply reward those who accept the challenge of this trip through dementia. Dementia is fucking spooky. I used to work at a research lab that focused on dementia, and for my master's I did a little research project on, Alzheimer's and dementia. Yeah, I was looking at like a whole bunch of like mouse brains and whatnot and staining them and using machine learning to get all the data and all that. Right. Interesting. Right, next page. Can you survive the horror? Resident Evil 2, now on Nintendo 64. Start sleeping with your eyes... Oh, I read this previously. I'll read it again. Start sleeping with your eyes open. Evil is moving in. On Nintendo 64, the most intense survival game in history is here. Fear, horror, terror, and of course, evil. It's everywhere. Enter the most terrifying game experience ever crafted. Fight through hordes of flesh-starved zombies, bloodthirsty beasts, and other mutant creatures. Welcome to the nightmare, Resident Evil 2. If the suspense doesn't kill you, something else will. Dun dun dun! Cool. I wonder if this is like a double page. No, this is a double page. Let's see. Gex. Reader's tips. Got a question, comment, or beef for the TNT staff? Send your tips, tricks, and queries to Tips and Tricks, 8484 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 900, Beverly Hills, California. You can respond to individual letters, but if you want to... Wait, hold on, I need to burp. We can respond to individual letters, but if you want to take us out to dinner, we'll have to steak and Malibu chicken combo. I wonder what Malibu chicken is. I know Malibu's like a place in California, but I don't know what Malibu chicken is. Violence games. I have a problem. My mom won't let me play any violence games. Violent games, or violence games in this case. For example, Metal Gear Solid. What? I mean, sure, but that's part of the theme. I mean, you're a soldier, you know. You can't expect to be a soldier and avoid violence unless you're like, you know, a clerical staff or something like that. Metal Gear Solid, Final Fantasy, and Resident Evil 1, 2, 3 in Director's Cut. I once had Resident Evil 2, DualShock. When she found out, she snapped both CDs. What? Both CDs in half? I mean, come on, I'm not going to become a serial killer over them. What can I do to convince her to let me play them? I'm dying to play these games. I can't stand hearing friends at school talk about how much fun they are. Oh, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. What can you do to convince her? Listen, if your mom snapped 2 game CDs in half just because she doesn't want you to witness any violent acts, our advice is to do what she says and stay out of her way. Games like Resident Evil are designed for older audiences and are rated mature for a reason. Your friends obviously have parents who don't care about what they're being exposed to. That's why you're going to grow up to become the president of a big corporation like Nintendo, and your friends are going to wind up working in gas stations. On the other hand, the rating for Final Fantasy 7 and 8 is teen, and they're not very graphic games in terms of violence. Poke Rip. I have noticed that the PlayStation has a nearly exact replica of Pokemon. The game is called Jade Cocoon. Oh yeah, I've heard about that. No, what was Jade Cocoon about? I know it's like RPG, when, from what I remember, it kind of resembles like Onimusha, you know, in terms of like controls and looks and all that with pre-rendered backgrounds, but yeah, I kind of vaguely remember that you collect creatures of some sort. This makes me extremely furious, since I am a loyal Pokemon fan. Pika, stop playing with computer Pikachu. Anyway, in this game, a man that you can name walks around until he finds a creature. One looks like Beedrill, another looks like Nidoran, male, etc. A woman gives you a starter creature and you can catch and battle other creatures. Pika Pika Pikachu. Cut that, Pikachu. Hey, Articuno, get Pikachu please. Sorry. Anyway, was the PlayStation granted this privilege? Please, write me back. By Clark from Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've been to Albuquerque, New Mexico. How long ago was that? Oof, that was 24 years ago. 24 years ago, I was in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Oof. Where does the time go? Well, even though Pokemon is copyrighted, it's not illegal to make a game that has similar play mechanics to another. Besides, a major feature of Jade Cocoon is that you can combine existing monsters to create new ones, which is not possible in Pokemon. In either case, whenever a highly original game becomes insanely popular, you can be sure that many similar games will follow it. Some will expand on the main idea, while others will just be clones. It happened with Street Fighter 2. It happened with Doom. It happened with Tetris. To see the same thing happen with Pokemon should come as no surprise. Computer player. I'm not your average video game player at 45, but I do enjoy certain ones very much. I'm more to strategy games such as Allied and Panzer General. But I'm now about to ask one of the dumbest questions I ever asked of you. There are a bunch of games I'd love to play that are only made for computers. Unfortunately, I don't have a computer, and if you haven't noticed, they are much more expensive than a game console. When is something going to design a system that will play these games in a less expensive console? Or in this case, too unrealistic? Or is this just too unrealistic? Thanks for your time. From J. Cartel Watts from Pine Bluff, Arizona. It's nice to see that, you know, you even have like people in the 40s writing into this magazine. While many people use personal computers just for playing games, the reality is that PCs are general purpose machines. You have to be able to run spreadsheet programs, balance your checkbook, and all that other stuff. There are lots of reasons why they cost so much more than consoles. First, console manufacturers like Sony and Nintendo are much more interested in making money from selling software than from selling hardware. They can only sell you the hardware once, but as soon as you have it, you'll be back to buy new games for it over and over. Have you ever heard of the tale of the Trojan horse? Second, the cost to manufacture a particular console goes down over time. Anyway, because the parts that are used to make it will become cheaper as the hardware ages, if, I think that carries on in the next page. If a console stays in the market for a number of years, it will become even more inexpensive to produce. In this respect, PCs are very different. The newest computers will always be very expensive, and you'll always have to own the newest PC hardware in order to play the newest games. Unfortunately, the only way you'll be able to play such a game on the console is if a publisher or developer decides to translate that game for a specific game system. Usually, this will only happen with the most popular games, like the Quake, Duke Nukem, and Command & Conquer series. Now, the other unfortunate fact is that it's very difficult to design a console that will play PC games. PC operating systems tend to be much more complicated than those of console machines. A PC has to provide a sophisticated graphical user interface, it has to run a number of applications at once, and has to manage many more things than a console. As a result, a PC game needs to deal with a much more greater amount of computational overhead than a console game does. If you design a console that could play PC games, you'll probably end up with something that was essentially the same as a PC, both in function and in cost. I just noticed this. Reader Mark Anderson sent us this wacky drawing from some mental institution in Kentucky. It shows Gore with the decapitated head of TNT editor-in-chief, Chris B. Yeesh. Hold on. Let me just have another maki sushi. Really enjoying this. Oh, that was nice. Right. Snapped. You know, I thought of it from the first time. Pokemon Snap came out. It's not fair. They released a Pokemon game for the Nintendo 64. I think I'm the biggest Pokemon fan. Posters, cards, video games, stickers, and shirts. I even wrote Pokemon on my underwear. What, they just like get a Sharpie and just scroll on? That's pretty funny. And it's not fair. I waited till I got my PlayStation for a game to come out. Everybody knows PlayStation is better than Nintendo 64, and he is damn right about that. I'm writing to every game magazine about this. They should make Pokemon Snap for PlayStation, and I'm not resting until they do. I'm not trying to be rude, but can you talk to anybody about this? Or give me the address to the Pokemon Company or Nintendo's address? Please, 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 very please, I'm begging you, please. From your #1 book buyer, Richard Barth from Pine Grove, Philadelphia? PA? Is that what PA stands for? Richard, you may have a tough time getting that to happen. A release of Pokemon Snap on PlayStation is about as likely as a release of Crash Team Racing on Nintendo 64. Companies like Nintendo and Sony are very protective of their first-party titles, especially the more successful ones. Releasing such titles on rival companies' consoles could give away the exclusivity that title enjoys. What's more, it would also be giving away profits to the competition. If you're such a big Pokemon fan, you're going to have to buy a Nintendo console to play any Pokemon games. Pac-Man, your magazine is the best. I always look through your magazine for codes and ads. And ads, you know, when ads were actually good, I guess. You know, well, some of the, you know, I can't fault these ads in these magazines, in this particular magazine at least. I think you need to put more advertisements in the magazines too. Let's get to the point. The real reason I wrote is cause I want to know how to erase files off the Nintendo 64 memory pack. I know it's possible because I did it before. I erased files by putting in the South Park game and then went to load. I chose a different file and then it asked if I wanted to erase, but now I can't. Since I haven't done it in a long time, do you know how to do this? Your biggest fan, David William Boyd from Ashland, Montana. Because of the way Nintendo 64 is designed, the only way to manipulate save games on the controller pack is to hold down the start button while powering on the Nintendo 64. However, since this feature must be separately implemented in each game, not all cartridges will work, although most of the games that support the memory pack will. In addition, the interface will vary from cart to cart. In the zone. Is there any way you can order those cool games out of the cool zone section? Many of the things we show in Cool Zone are promotional items we receive from game companies. Of course, items like peripherals and controllers you can find at any store that sells video games. It's not a catalog, it's just a place where we can show the stuff that we think you'd want to see. Show off stuff that we think you want to see. Monster Rancher 2. Monsters, monsters, and yes, more monsters. Monster Rancher 2 can unleash over 400 monsters from your common household CDs. That's right, you can actually use the game software to spawn unique monsters from any CD you own. Music CDs, PC software CDs, and even other game CDs. Fully interact with your new creature and explore secret expeditions. Levels and hundreds of new monsters. You can even release monsters from Monster Rancher 1 into the world of Monster Rancher 2, so begin the breeding frenzy today. Nice one. Don't miss the animated series on the BKN Kids Network. I hated the cartoon series, I hated the animated series. One quick breath of fresh air. What is this one? Roadsters for Nintendo 64. Here we go, let's have a full view of this. Very stylish. Oh, there we go, that's the game that I had. So we're into the strategy guides now. What do Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Timothy Dalton, and Pierce Brosnan all have in common? Besides extremely hairy chests, each man has been given the honor of portraying Ian Fleming's Master Action Spy Hero, James Bond. Since Nintendo released the incredibly popular GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64 back in '97, Fans have been anxiously waiting Bond's latest video game adventure, and it looks like Tomorrow Never Dies has been worth waiting for. Yeah, it was pretty fun from what I remember. Bond's Arsenal. As you play through the game, Bond acquires a collection of items, weapons, and gadgets, some supplied by MI6, some supplied by enemy troops. Most items can be found in plain sight throughout the game. Others are hidden on certain enemies or in certain locations. 007 also begins each stage with certain weapons, which you can supplement by capturing additional weapons from dead enemy soldiers or by finding them in various areas. Let's see. Got the medkit, used to recover health. Yep, makes sense. Large medkit, light armor, heavy armor, ammo clip. Adds ammunition to a specific weapon, I see. Ammo case, 007 icon, lets 007 fight on by adding another life in reserve. PK7, PK9, then we got your weapons here. Fingerprint scanner, can be used to open and lock security doors in certain circumstances. Satellite link camera, used to relay images to MI6's satellite, also used as a makeshift global positioning system. Or GPS if you will. Cufflinks contain powerful explosive charges that can be used to shatter bulletproof glass. SDK mines, yep, cool. Yeah, hold on. Let's see if I can get like a gameplay video up. 007. Oh, 007. Tomorrow. Did you know that in medieval times there was a guy called John Dee? And he was like a court wizard, like an actual... He was an astronomer, and he does all sorts of occult things. He was like the court wizard for Queen Elizabeth I. And he would sign his letters with 007, because supposedly he was the very first spy during those times. The very first spy. So yeah, he would sign his letters with 007, signifying something called... a biblical character called Tubal Cain. But what was Tubal Cain's role in the Bible, I wonder? I'm gonna look this up. Tubal Cain. So 007 means Tubal Cain. Tubal Cain. I think he was like the first... Hold on. I think he was the first blacksmith in history. Yeah. So let's see. As a person... Yeah, named therein as the first blacksmith, he is stated as the forger of all instruments of bronze and iron, a descendant of Cain. He is the son of Lamech and Zillah. Tubal Cain was the brother of Nama and half-brother of Jabal and Jubal. So yeah, Tubal Cain, and it all ties back to John Dee signing his letters with 007, signifying two balls and a cane. And yeah, and that was him being like the first spy in history. Well, from what we know, or from what I know at least. But let's see. PS1, Tomorrow Never Dies. Let's see. PS1 long play. Ooh, I love that sound. I love that sound so much. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, they skipped it. They skipped it again. So I'm still eating my sushi, but oh my god, it's so nice. Oh, there's that lion. A Black Ops Entertainment. I don't know if they're still around. Audio by
Tommy Tellerico Studios.
Oh, I don't recognize that. Oh yeah. They even use like clips from the film. Bond. Pretty cool. Do. Yeah, GoldenEye can fuck off. This is way better. Nah, I'm kidding. I had fun with GoldenEye, especially when I played it with my friends back then. Pew pew pew. Tomorrow Never Dies. Hold on. I'm gonna quickly suggest this to another streamer. Game suggestions. There we go. It's a pretty cool game. I think it's definitely worth streaming. But let's see. Oh god, I have all these windows up and now I'm lost. For fuck's sake. What am I like? Got OBS up here. Oh no, everything's minimized. There we go. Yeah, it kind of looks like how I remember it. Pew pew pew. Classified, classified. Oh no, spoilers. Who cares about spoilers? God, he looks injured. Skipping ahead. Got convoy. I don't know if I ever completed this game, to be honest. Yeah, I definitely don't remember this part. And jump base is pretty great. I do remember this level though. Ah, oh fool. Right, enough of that. Let's continue. Let's keep reading. I don't feel like reading through all of this though, but it kind of like talks you through the game and what you need to do. Who is this character? He looks very serious. You got game maps as well. Uh-huh. Excuse me. Oh. Let's see, let's see. Next page. Breakneck speeds. Let's see. How do I zoom in? Carver Meteor Hamburg. Breakneck speeds. Ride and wipe out on 25 mountain biking trails as one of the 8 riders, each with different skills. Break arm courses. Break-like jumps, hurl yourself over precipices and race for glory in 1-to-1 4-player head-to-head competitions. Break wrist tricks, perform insane stunts including wheelies, 360s, bunny hops, and suicides on customizable bikes. Oh, it's by Codemasters. Alright. Pretty cool. I kind of want to try mountain biking. I miss having a motorbike. I crashed on it a few times. Don't know how I haven't broken anything. I mean, I cracked my ribs one time after slipping on some diesel on the road in the rain at a roundabout. That was awful. I didn't see a doctor for it, and it fucking hurt when I sneezed. It was fucking agony when I sneezed. But no, it went away after a while. But no, it was pretty awful. This is no time to second guess yourself. Killer soundtrack. MTV Sports. What does this say? Featuring music by Blink-182. I love Blink-182. Ministry, Fear Factory, H2O, Face to Face, Voodoo Glow Skulls, Pulley, Lagwagon, 10-Foot Pole, and Joel. I thought I said J-O-I, and I was like, jack off instructions? Let's see, what can you do in this? In MTV, Music Television Sports. 2-player split screen mode, 5 different events, exclusive Creative Park feature, 7 unique lifestyle riders, hundreds of trick combos. By THQ. Ski Ridge Hokkaido. Oh, there's a Hokkaido level. Oh my god, you can go to Japan in 007 Tomorrow Never Dies. High-speed street racing and extreme motocross, Top Gear Hyperbike. What a title. What a title. Features licensed motorcycles, so real world motorcycles that has been licensed to be put in the game, from what I understand. Hold on, I'm just gonna have another maki. Oh, that's so nice. I'll just have a sip. Cheers everybody. Alright, cool. 6 unique track layouts with day, sunset, and night races. Plus weather effects, Redwood Forest, Egyptian ruins, Florence, Italy, etc. Proprietary track generation system retains optimum level of track detail and highest frame rate. 3 difficulty levels, beginner, intermediate, and expert. 2 physical variations on each track, road curves and hills. Geometries will be completely new. Controller pack compatible, expansion pack compatible, rumble pack compatible. I don't know if any of this applies to anyone who's listening in. MP3 music system for full-length near CD quality. Fully animated riders with realistic stunts and bone-crushing crashes. Player modes, championship mode, 1 to 4 players. Let's see. Through a series of tracks that get progressively harder. Single race, arcade mode, time attack mode with ghost bike, stunt mode, player pulls off as many radical stunts as possible to accumulate points while racing around dirt track. Yeah, I presume these are like motor... I don't know, are these like street bikes or like motocross bikes? Oh well. Ugh, my eye. Saigon. My dad used to own a pub in Hanoi. I don't know if the venue is still there though. Ooh. Meet the new cast of characters. Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. A Fighting Force 2. Alright. Did I not check out Fighting Force 2 in the previous, retro game magazine stream? I don't know. Fear Effect, that's pretty cool. I've never played Fear Effect, but I've seen screenshots of it. I haven't looked further than that. Tomb Raider, The Last Revelation. Well, these are all ADOS games from what it seems. Are they not like... What country are they based in? I was gonna say France, but I don't think they're French. ADOS. ADOS Interactive was a British video game publisher based in Wimbledon. Okay, fair enough. Now I know. You cast of characters. Hey, there's backshot. I mean, win back backshots. Covert operations. No, we've seen through win back with that very unfortunate name on the helicopter. That was funny. So let's see. Nuclear Strike 64. We've already seen the ad. Available this winter, but I'll read through it again. Just so people don't have to browse between episodes. First time ever in Nintendo 64. Confidential strike files control more than 10 different attack vehicles on ground, sea, and air, including Apache choppers, Abrams tanks, Warthog fighters, Harrier jets, hovercrafts, and more. Smart battlefields, AI reacts to players' behavior. Lightning fast gameplay and insanely populated environments. Incredible real-time light sourcing, photorealistic explosions, terrain, and shockwaves. Detailed ground environments with almost photorealistic textures. IGN.com. Who cares what IGN thinks? Let's see. Hold on. Gonna read through this. More guides, tips and tricks for this game that I'm probably never gonna play. Let's see. This holiday season, deck the halls with tips and tricks. Oh, that's snowboard kids or something like that. Let's see. Do I recognize any of these? Got Meowth, Pikachu. Who's he shocking? Leave Meowth alone. What has he done to you? Got Banjo-Kazooie, Mario, Snorlax. That guy. Some guy called Griffey. Zelda over here. Then we got Yoshi. And give a gift subscription at a special low price. Mega Man Legends 2. Very nice. I like Tron. Tron was a fun game. Miss Tron. Curry rice. Win back. Huh? Who's this character? Don't recognize her. Stage 22, stage 23, 24. How many stages are there? Now we have the ad for this as well. The first blast wiped out your space center. In just 3 hours, the high-tech weapon satellite will strike again. It's your job to make sure that it doesn't. Test of Persian action shooter, precision laser sighting aiming mechanism, immense 3D environment, battle heavily armed boss characters and smart enemies, normal pack support, 4-player deathmatch, I see. 2931. We've got a boss called Cecile Carlisle. What a name. Oh, there we go. Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage. Ooh, before I read that, I'm gonna finish off my Maki Sushi. Ooh, it's been fun. I really enjoyed this, but... Oof. That was nice. Right. Developed by Ada Shirinian. Developed by Insomniac Games and featuring an awesome soundtrack by Stuart Copeland. Now, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage is a super polished sequel. Unlike most games, Spyro 2 is very playable for gamers of all skill levels and offers a huge range of challenges. This strategy will focus on helping you get all the orbs, gems, items, and other secret stuff. Every stage in Spyro 2 has one primary objective and a few secondary objectives. Although the primary objectives is supposed to be different every stage, it really isn't. All you have to do is complete the primary objectives is to find the talisman. To do this, you simply have to talk to the person at the point where the talisman is located. And the secondary objectives are to find all the orbs and gems. You can collect orbs in two ways. Sometimes they are just lying around on the ground and can be picked up directly. Other times you'll have to talk to a person who will issue you a challenge that must be met to obtain the orb. To earn 100 on any stage, as if I'm going to do that, you must collect the talisman, 400 gems, and all the orbs in that stage. The most efficient recommended way to do this is to grab all of these items the first time you enter. If you do this, you won't have to return to that stage again once you get 100%. Also, every single enemy and event will reset if you leave a stage and return to it later. Only the gems you picked up will not return. So if you're planning to earn 100% in the stage, make sure you have all the necessary abilities before you enter. Otherwise, you'll have to leave at some point and redo parts of the stage when you've acquired those abilities. Let's see, World 1, Summer Forest, swim underwater, climb. Yeah, Spyro 2 was a bit more in-depth and you have like extra abilities and all that. But Spyro was a good series. It's a pretty damn good series. Map Legend, Zoe. She also appear just before you're about to attempt to obtain an orb. Power-ups, Harikos. Factory Glide. I see. Gem Canister. Sunny Beach. Let's see. I can take a look at Spyro 2. Row 2, Ripto's Rage, PS1. I don't want that video. Get away from me. Let's see. 5-hour video? Do you feel like watching a 5-hour video with me? I doubt it. Oh yeah, and I have some Chashu Baos with me. What band was this musician guy in? Was it Stuart Copeland? Was that his name? Stuart Copeland? Yeah, Stuart Copeland. What did he do? Why does that name sound familiar? I don't need that window, but who's Stuart Copeland? Stuart with a W, Copeland. An American musician and composer. Oh. Best known for his work as the drummer of the British rock band The Police. Oh, okay. I know The Police. Great band.
Is this rain ever gonna stop?
Oh my god.
What the sun looks like. We should go on vacation.
We really should. I could do it with a holiday. Somewhere nice.
Yeah, I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt. How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Nork.
A narc? What have you been up to, Spyro?
Is it working, Professor?
No.
Almost.
I'm afraid it's absolutely fucked. We can't do anything. We have to give up.
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto angrier.
Calm down, Hunter. and
Yeah,
stop
calm
fidgeting.
down. Yeah, Hunter.
But you saw the professor's book. They have claws like this, teeth like this, and they spit fire like this.
Ugh.
They sound much more dangerous than Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working. It's working! I've got a dragon!
Oh,
Whoa, rough landing.
I kind of expected more from you.
The beach? Hey, stop
Beach,
staring.
please.
Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
He's got such an attitude.
Dragon?
I love the Spyro soundtrack, it's so dope. Blech. Right, I'm gonna take a sip. Cheers, everybody. Do, 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 do. Right, enough of that. Let's continue. Sunny Beach, Aquaria Towers. Yeah, pretty good game. I don't ever remember much from Spyro 3 though. Breeze Harbor. Icy Speedway. Gulp's Overlook. What a name. Why are you called Gulp? Gulp is the toughest boss in the game. If you can beat him, it'll be downhill from this point. Wait, if you can beat him, it will be downhill. Downhill for who? Of course you won't be able to attack him directly. You have to use... You will have to use the items that will drop into the area to damage him. You can charge the steel drums towards him, or eat small missiles and spit them out at him, or flame the bombs at him. Unfortunately, he can also use these items against you, so it's important to move fast. As before, his attacks will become more intense as you inflict damage on him. Make sure you flame the chickens that appear as fast as possible, as it's the only way to recover your life during the battle. After this one, it's off to the final world. A final world! How many stages is this? Like a cloud temple. Ooh, what is this? GameMadness.com. You'll find the newest and largest selections of Dreamcast games and accessories for the lowest price. Also, check out the latest release games for our most innovative accessory lines for PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Saturn, and Neo Geo's Pocket. For shipping and inquiries, call this number 1-626-965-6891. Place your order at www.gamemadness.com. So what do we have? Pokemon trading cards, or Pocket Monster. Import Japanese Pocket Monster trading cards. Gotta catch them all. 5 volumes in all. 10 cards per pack. Got Rocket, we've got Jungle, Gym, Fossil, Leader, Extension. Or $7.95 each. What a bargain. Import Japanese Pocket Monster trading cards. Gotta catch them all. 5 volumes on all. 64 cards per pack. You got the themed pack red, starter pack. I think I had the starter pack. That was my first pack. And I had like a Snorlax card. And apparently, I didn't realize like how rare cards could be and all that. I didn't really value them that much. I just wanted cool cards. And I just traded it away. Oh well. Theme pack yellow. But what was I gonna do? What am I gonna do with the rare card? Am I just gonna hold it and just like fucking scalp people with it on eBay? That seems kind of lame. Theme pack yellow, theme pack purple, theme pack green. Limited movie edition Pocket Monster trading cards, Rainbow and Tropical Island. Fields of Flower, Sky. Oh, I got Jigglypuff. Beach, Sea, Riverside. This was back when there was only 151 Pokemon, and that was all you needed, really, to be honest. That was all you needed. Pokemon Gold Edition, Silver. Oh, this was around that time, wasn't it? So you had the Pokemon Gold and Silver Japanese editions. Okay. Talking Pocket Monster, PP Pikachu. Why are you called PP Pikachu? Stop that. Reversible Pocket Monster. I don't know if I had that one. But it does look very familiar. Well, it's Pokemon, of course it's familiar. New Pocket Monster Battle Stickers. You've collected all the Pocket Monster trading cards, now collect the Pocket Monster stickers, 151 characters. Each pack has 1 hologram sticker and 9 regular stickers. You can trade and battle like the trading cards, gotta catch them all. Do I have to? Ooh, I have one of these. I still have it in a cupboard somewhere. I have it in my cupboard. Japanese model Dreamcast does not include the modem and plays imported games only. Converter available soon. And got the VGA converter, 3-in TV and monitor switch box, which can hook up with the computer monitor. It will work with VGA. Sorry, I was getting distracted by this PlayStation here. What's like the Imperial Japanese flag doing on the PlayStation? Bored with the grey PlayStation? Now you can give it a cool new look with the PlayStation decal. 18 different styles. Visit our website to view all the cool selections. You have All Japan Pro Wrestling 4. Alright, Zombies Revenge. Gundam Side Story 0079. Did I not play that one? I had like Japanese friends growing up, and I don't know if that was the one that I've played. No, I was thinking of the PlayStation 2 game that they had. Giant Graham. What's Zombies Revenge for the Dreamcast? I'm gonna look this up. Zombies Revenge Dreamcast. Let's take a look. Surely it'll be... Wait. Oh, okay. Okay, we've seen this before. Zombie Revenge. That's like that arcade beat 'em up sort of thing. Okay. Yeah. No, it's all good. Japanese Dragon Ball Z series. Collect them all. Oh, I can't tell the difference between these Dragon Ball Z games. I definitely had this one in the corner. Dragon Ball Z UB 22, Dragon Ball Z Legend, Dragon Ball Z Final Bout. Yeah, I had Final Bout, definitely. They had Game Blaster Pro. Now you can play all your favorite import games on on your US PlayStation with the Game Blaster. No need to modify your PlayStation system, just plug and play. Converter will not translate text. So Game Gear Special. With Sonic. GameMenace.com, all rights reserved. Blah blah blah, boilerplate text. Robotica Farms. Oh, we're still on to Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, it seems. Dragon Shores. Dragon these nut shores. Ripto's Arena. So what do we have? Hit Ripto. Land on Idle. Let's see. Do this to earn it. What, these achievements or something? Skill points, still hungry for more. After you defeat Ripto, a new skill points page in your guidebook will appear. You'll be awarded them for completing certain hidden objectives. When you complete each one, you'll hear a special sound effect and you'll get a 1-up. After you obtain 8 of them, you'll be able to view the special epilogue from here. If you get all 16, you'll be able to view a secret news section of the epilogue, Faunus Mortis. Some points are real tough to obtain, so it's recommended that you attempt these only after you've gotten the permanent power flame, as previously described. So let's see. Oh, windmills. So we've got different realms, got different skill points. To do this to earn these. Not that I'm going to use this information for anything. Oh, shit. Let's see. Ooh, sick of bass fishing. Oh my god, he's pogging. Do people still say pog these days? I say these days as if it was a very long time ago. Fishing games usually sound a tad boring to most gamers, but Sick of Bass Fishing for the Dreamcast tries to break that stereotype, known as Get Bass in Japan. Get some ass! Get some bass! In Japan. The game demonstrates top-notch graphics and lifelike fish behavior that's simply hard to resist. The macho battle between fisherman and bass can... No, bass, not bass. Bass can now be done from the comfort of your own couch. No more tangled lines, chilly mornings, fishy smells, or road sickness. I don't know, I think that's part of the charm. I'd rather go fishing IRL. The Dreamcast version has extra tournament challenge in original mode, and new stages not found in the arcade version. It's highly recommended that you play this game with the Dreamcast fishing controller, break out the cooler from your basement, and get ready for a fine day of bass fishing. Imagine just playing this with like a cooler full of beer right next to you. Oof. Original mode, the art of fishing. Arcade mode is a good place to get your feet wet when you first play the game. Once you get familiar with the basics, it's time to play the original mode. The original mode is a lot more sim-like and will require a little more technique than the arcade mode. The original mode is divided into 4 separate tournaments: amateur tournament, challenge tournament, professional tournament, and master classic tournament. Make sure you read the tournament rules before entering each tournament, because the objectives will change. In this strategy guide, we will concentrate on the original mode. Alright. Is anyone interested in Sega bass fishing, by any chance? The 2 keys to success in Sega bass fishing are choosing the appropriate lure and knowing where the fish are, but sometimes you may find the whole school of bass and none of them seem to be interested in your lure at all. In order to hunt the prey, you must know the prey. As you keep playing, you'll begin to develop the subtle nuances and effective fishing technique. Trust me, you'll have fun. Here are 10 tips on how to find and catch those pesky buggers. During the tournament, you can move to a different area in the lake, and you're in at any time by pressing X. When choosing a lure, move the control stick up and down. Yep. Bass like shady areas and prefer to stay by large structures where underwater growths attract other tasty creatures. Check spots nearby bridges, posts, columns, trees, large rocks, etc. Yank the rod or quickly start reeling when a fish bites so you can hook the lure in its mouth. The fish will get away if you don't hook it properly. I've never been able to catch fish, whenever I go fishing. I never caught anything, unfortunately. When you see and hear fish, the bass has been hooked. Once you hook the fish, look around the underwater area for other fish as you reel it in. This will help you determine if you should recast the lure in the same area or move on. The bass like to follow their prey for a bit, but they also like to grab them when they seem unsuspecting. As soon as the bass looks like it's ready to dash for the lure, stop reeling and let the lure float briefly before letting the bass snatch it up. If you have a big bass in your sights, let the lure almost touch the bottom of the lake. They sometimes like to catch them really low. Often while you're waiting for a big bass to bite, a small one will come out of the blue and bite your lure. Don't let it go, reel it in. If you let it escape, it's extremely unlikely that a big fish, or any fish for that matter, will bite the lure again. Just take the fish in to avoid unnecessary recasting. Let's see. Don't let it go. Reel it in. Most fish don't cause the line to break, but a 10+ pound bass will cause a lot of tension. When the tension meter hits the top, just ease up on the reel a bit and lower the rod. A line break is a heart-wrenching experience. Yeah, I can imagine. Any fisherman will tell you that there are good days and bad days. Luck also plays a big part in fishing, so don't get discouraged. You can't fish without patience. Let's see, we've got some Game Boy Color games. The leader in Game Boy Color. What do we have? Vigilante 8. We have Catwoman, nice one. Zebco. Another fishing. Zebco Fishing. Deer Hunter. Spy vs. Spy. Deja Vu 1 and 2. Seamus? Seamus? Why are you called Seamus? Yaris' Revenge, Bowling, Powerboat Racing, Pro Pool, and Darts. I wonder what the Spy vs. Spy Game Boy game is. Spy vs. Spy Game Boy Color. Long play walkthrough. I just want a long play, please. Let's see. And I can have another Chashu Bao in the meantime. Oh! I'm not a big fan of the sound, to be honest. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my god. That's savage. So, who's your favorite spy in Spy vs. Spy? This kind of reminds me of like old Contra music. You must train fully. Man, I miss Mad Magazine. I just miss magazines in general. Like, I know you can still get them today, but they just aren't the same. Hand-to-hand combat, holy shit. Counter-espionage, this is very involved for a Game Boy game. I'm sorry, I'm still eating. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of sick of this music. Right. Oh my god. It doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. I think they like spent all their budget. I didn't have enough for the soundtrack. Right, now I can clean up. Oh my god. They really did run out of budget. Let's see, what's the gameplay like? I haven't seen any gameplay yet. Whoa, that was close. Oh, here we go. So, this easy map battle mode is activated when you meet an enemy spy. It's a good idea to use a weapon. Understandable. So it seems like you're like locked in the building and you explore different rooms. Get documents and weapons and then try and kill the other one. Alright. Hehehehe. That's a very cheeky laugh. Yeah, mine's just kind of the same. Ooh. That's a big map. Yeah, you're gonna need to look at the map occasionally. Do. I see. Yeah, I think I kind of have like a good picture of what this game's about. Cool. Right, consider my curiosity satisfied. Pro Pool, Powerboat Racing. Do. More Sega Bass Fishing. What does that say? The weather up there. Oh, I like seeing the different lures you can get. If a fish is biting, it probably means you need to change your lure. You'll start the original mode with 5 basic lures. During the amateur tournament, you will earn the rest of those 8 special lures. Usually you will earn all of them by the end of the second stage. Oddly enough, it's the first 2 amateur stages that are probably the hardest in the game since you don't have all the lures at your disposal. Oh, excuse me. Once you get the buzzbait, you'll either tower above the competition. The big fish can't get enough of that buzzbait. Here's a list of the lures. What was that? What was that? Oh, thank you for following me, Carrot. Welcome to the stream. Welcome. Right, I'm just reading through these lures here. Let's see. Shallow crab, good for shallow areas, of course. Excellent for catching fish in shallow areas of the lodge and Lake Paradise, but also hard to use. We've got the deep crank for deep cranking action. Use this one as your default lure when you first start the game. You can catch a lot of fish in the middle area of the lodge using this one. Reel slowly to avoid sudden dips. Floating minnow. Why is there a Sonic lure? Hold on, I'm gonna read that last. Operate this lure slightly below the water surface at a few tugs and pulls to mimic a real minnow. This one gets mixed results. vibration. This one can go really deep and is very useful at the bridge in Lake Crystal Dew and other deep areas. The bass are attracted to its rattling sound. Then we got the pencil bait. I think this was like an arcade game as well, and I've probably played it a few times, but I don't know, I don't remember much of it to be honest. But yeah. No, I do remember like having fun with it though. We would do surface level lures. The spinner is as reflective as the deep crank at the start of the game. Its heavy weight makes it sink to the bottom fast. Pull your rod up to level out the lure. Straight worm. This is the first soft bait you earn. It can be dragged on the bottom of the lake, but lifted up every now and again so the fish can get a good bite of it. Then we got the popper. The popper is the best surface lure for shallow waters. Tug at the pole will quickly reel and stop to give the impression that it's hopping. I see. They've got the rubber jig. The rubber jig takes a lot of practice to learn. You have to move it up and down without scaring the fish away. Keep it in your tackle box. Suspend minnow. This cool lure will suspend in the middle of the water when there is no action. The big bass can take their time and lumber up to them without it sinking or floating to the top. Grub. The grub is most effective with soft lures. It's the best lunchtime snack. It can sink really deep and coax the big ones. The grub has several color variations, so be sure to check them out. The buzzbait. The fabled buzzbait. You can't get a better lure than the buzzbait. In fact, you can finish the whole game by just using this lure. It can sink really low and even skim the surface. It's also really easy to pull in for a recast. Then we've got the paddle tail. Once you earn the grub, the paddle tail is pretty much useless. Another one to keep in the tackle box. But what is this one? The Sonic lure. So Sonic the Hedgehog has become fish bait after all. The Sonic lure is the same as Deep Crank. It just looks way cooler. You must get first place in all the 5 stages of the professional tournament to earn this lure. You must be able to select it when you start the Masters Classic tournament. Alright, special bonuses, cool. Let's see. Unfortunately for you, all the dumb fish are in other games. Unfortunate. Yeah, I do like the style of this though. It looks very nice. Very blue, very cool. Cruise around Lake Paradise, stalking crafty, mega lifelike lunkers that ponder time of day, weather, location. Lure types in motion before deciding to chomp. Moving gills, slapping tails, bitchin' fishin'. Bitchin' fishin'. Yeah, and that's Sega bass fishing for you. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Yeah. I remember playing this for the first time and then falling over for the first time, seeing blood. It's like, what the fuck? What kind of... This happens when you skateboard? Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. You may as well put all of your old skateboarding video games back on the shelf to collect dust, because Tony Hawk has made his mark on the video game world. Finally, things are the way they're supposed to be. Good graphics, lots of cool stunts, items and objectives, but most importantly, excellent gameplay. More tricks than you could shake a stick at, more places to do them. The game quite simply rocks. This is one of the first games that suggests that you should have a little knowledge of real-life skateboarding before you play. I see. There are 11 skaters in the game, each with a selection of 8 different boards and 15 different wheel colors. Hold on, let me zoom in a bit more. Wheel colors. When you start any skater's career, you'll have a selection of 2 skateboards. As you collect tapes, your skater develops more skill and is able to use different boards. Although accessing a new board requires a higher level of skill, the skill is retained by the character. I see. In other words, when you get a new board, you can use it, but it doesn't necessarily make your character any better. In addition to boards, each character has at least 3 special moves. Your special meter must be charged up in order to perform these stunts. The special moves take a bit longer than normal to finish, but you can usually squeeze in a kickflip or a heel flip if you got good speed. Let's see who you're playing as. You got Tony Hawk, you got Bob Burnquist, Bucky Lasek. Don't know if I recognize any of these. Definitely recognize Tony Hawk though. Jeff Rowley, Chad Muska, Kareem Campbell, Andrew Reynolds, Rune Cliffberg, Officer Dick, Jamie Thomas, and Elisa? Is it Lisa or Elisa? I think it's Elisa. Steamer. To unlock Officer Dick as a playable character, you must collect all 30 tapes with any skater. I see. The courses. There are 6 courses with 5 tapes each. The objective of each course is to unlock the next courses and the skate competitions, just as a career skater would. You run a course, get tape, and eventually, when you've got enough tapes, you'll be invited to enter skate competitions. You get 5 tapes in each course by completing the following tasks: hitting 5 different marks, getting the 5 skate letters, earning a high score, earning a pro score, finding a hidden tape. Let's see. You got Warehouse at Woodland Hills. Yeah, that's the one with fucking Goldfinger Superman playing in the background. The hidden tape. The hidden tape is in the secret room above the half pipe. I do remember that. You'll have to launch from either the ramp on the side of the half pipe with a nollie to get the height. If you hit this one right, there's an opportunity to score a considerable amount of points by taking the half pipe gap and the secret room gap all at once. I need to get my fucking reading glasses on. Ugh. Oh, that's much better. Get skate. Let's see, the E brings you back to the pool area. Right, next page. So we are at page 58 out of 117. Feel the power, feel the pounding, feel the speed, feel the glory. Gallop Racer. Go head to head in this action-intense horse-powered race fest. Ah, yes. Is there any gambling involved? Just like in real horse racing, no two races are alike. Race outcomes are determined by racetrack conditions, pack, and luck. A great party game for players and spectators alike. You can be the jockey or select watch mode, and be a spectator. As a jockey, decide when to hold back, move inside, move outside, and go for lead. Horses even change lanes, get bumped, get blocked, and lose ground on curves. The winners are put out to stud, and the losers put out to pasture. Ooh. 2-player mode, race against a friend in neck-and-neck competitions. 1,400 thoroughbred racing machines. Geez, that's a lot of horses. How did it get that many? 27 different racetracks. Season mode, create your own jockey and breed a stable of champions. Instant replay, unlock secret tracks, horses, titles, and more. Oh, it's DualShock compatible. Let's see. Rating pending. Cool. Don't know if I would play a horse racing game though. Let's see. You got more strategy guides for Tony Hawk's. Secret codes? Ooh, I want the secret codes. Each of these codes can be entered while the game is paused. The letters on the pause menu will shake to indicate that you've entered the code correctly. I see. All stats at 10, pause the game, then hold L1, press square, triangle, up, down. All stats at 13. Unlucky number. Pause the game, then hold L1 and press X, square, square, triangle, up, down. Special meter always max. Pause the game, hold L1, X, triangle, circle, down, up, right. And big head mode. Pause the game, hold L1, press square, circle, up, left, left. Then return to skater select screen to choose a character with the big head. C. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna take a quick break, so I need to use the bathroom because I'm old. Right, I'll be right back. Hold on. Silence. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Right. Right. Let's continue. Put this back on. Cool. Right. Select games. So this is another segment of tips and tricks. Hey, you. Listen up. This isn't your typical review preview section. The purpose of Select Games is to show you a bunch of games that are out there or are coming out soon, so you can decide which ones you'd like us to cover with in-depth strategy guides in future issues. See that postcard that's stuck between pages 66 and 67? Rip it out and write down the names of the games you're interested in. Drop it in a mailbox. We'll total up the responses and give you the kind of coverage you asked for. Pick it! The elite tips and tricks pick is given to those select few games that are highly recommended by the tips and tricks staff after we tested them thoroughly. Many hot games that are previewed here are not eligible for the pick until they are considered reviewable by the publisher, which means they're finished or nearly finished. Pay special attention to the picks. These are our favorites. And they've got Super Import. Excuse me. Games with the Super Import symbol were only available in Japan at press time. Be on the lookout for a possible American release sometime in the near future. So we got Gran Turismo 2. I've never actually played a Gran Turismo game. Well, growing up I wasn't much of a car person, to be honest. Gran Turismo fans have been waiting for well over a year for a sequel to one of the coolest racing games ever. Even though the overall graphic quality is about the same, it still looks much better than any other PlayStation racing game out there. Their interface is more dynamic and slicker than before. Other new additions include over 400 different What? That's a lot of cars. You'll be able to choose from US makes like Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, Mercury, Plymouth, Shelby, and Vector. All of the Asian makes from the old games are included, plus Daihatsu, Suzuki, and Tomicaira. I think that's like a boutique car manufacturer, something like that. Or the guy... No, I'm thinking of like that one guy who modifies Porsches, and he gets like paid 100,000 to like work on one certain Porsche. There's also a huge number of European makes. Alfa Romeo, oh, that's an Italian make. Citroën, that's a French one. Fiat, Italian. Peugeot, French. Renault, Lancia, Venturi, Aston Martin, Audi, BMW, Jaguar, Lister. I don't know Lister though. Lotus, Mercedes-Benz, Rover, TVR, Opel, Volkswagen, and RUF. The number of courses has also been increased from 11 to 20, including famous real courses like Laguna Seca. You'll also see new environments like dirt-covered roads and city streets. For those who demand less game and more realism, there will also be an option to allow your car to take damage and grade in handling after collisions. As with all of Polyphony's games, expect there to be plenty of hidden goodies to reward skilled players. Look for it in the first week of December. Alright, very nice. It's a very nice looking game though, I'll give it that. Very pretty. What do we have here? Vandal Hearts 2. That's the one... What was that? I don't remember much of it. I definitely had Vandal Hearts, but I don't remember much of it. Konami's original Vandal Hearts was a sleeper hit for the PlayStation that made a difficult genre. Genre? Why did I pronounce it like I was French? Genre. Strategy games, easily accessible to anyone, even players who had never touched a strategy game in their lives. Vandal Hearts 2 has that same magical quality of appealing to both novice and expert strategy game players. Battle sequences are clearly laid out on easy navigable grids, depicting a variety of terrain where you fight against enemies, ranging from monsters to soldiers. Since the battlefields are viewable from all angles, you can see where all your enemies are placed before you have to make your first move. Weapons and characters can also be customized for maximum effectiveness. Every weapon comes preset with a special skill that transfers to the character wielding the weapon. You're not limited to the preset skill either. Because all weapons have the capacity to hold a number of skills, you can also exchange skills between different weapons. As the strength of your character increases, your skills will also increase. Any player with some tactical savvy and common sense can overthrow the corrupt government, get the girl, and crush all opposition in Vandal Hearts 2. I need to see this. I need to look up Vandal Hearts 2. Vandal Hearts 2, PS1. Let's see. Is there a long play? Vandal Hearts 2, the movie. There's a movie? What? I'm trying to find a video that wouldn't have commentary. So let's see, what does this look like? Zootgash? What was that? What the hell's a Zootgash? I don't recognize this at all. No, this is the first Vandal Hearts, my bad. No, no, no. Hold on, hold on. I'm looking for Vandal Hearts 2, not Vandal Hearts 1. Silence. How about this one? This looks about right. What is this music? Is this bringing back any memories? I don't know. I do recognize that character, Yuri. Okay. I do recognize those character portraits. Right. Yeah, I'm kind of sick of that music. Yeah, tactical RPG, definitely. I vaguely remember this. I do remember the weapon. So, like, those slug monsters, you can't defeat them with, like, regular swords. You have to use, like, swords made out of salt, hence Cell Stick in the inventory there. But, yeah, alright, fair enough. I'll look into it later. Let's see. Top Gear Rally 2. What? Top Gear? As in with Jeremy Clarkson and Richard Hammond and James May? Developed by Sapphire, Chemical's latest racing game is an unusual surprise. It actually simulates many aspects of rally racing that are absent from most other games of its genre. Just like in real rally racing, instead of all the cars starting at the same time, starting times are staggered. Each race consists of a number of different segments or legs. You can perform repairs on your vehicle in between legs as well as between races. You'll even be able to perform minimal repairs like changing tires right in the middle of the road. Much of the game involves maintaining and upgrading parts as your car continuously deteriorates throughout the race. The effects colliding with obstacles and driving through water and mud are realistically modeled after each impact inflicts different degrees of damage to your car. Turning too hard wears out your tires, your speedometer and various other displays can fail during the middle of the race. A few of the other car parts you have to worry about are shocks, stabilizers, muffler, filter, radiator, intercooler, dump valve, gearbox, drivetrain and brakes. Any combination of these can fail if you're sufficiently rough with your car. Although it seems unfair that so many bad things can happen, your opponents are equally disadvantaged, and most of the time the damage isn't critical. There are a number of different racing classes and courses, and there's even a racing license portion of the game that's very much like the one in Gran Turismo. The gameplay feels responsive, and the vehicles handle well, especially for a game with so many simulation elements. Very nice. And we got another racing game, oh boy. Formula 1 99. Formula 1 racing fans can rejoice. England has finally gotten over the whole Boston Tea Party scandal and decided to grace the States with another rigorously authentic racing game based on the popular Formula 1 race. Die-hard fans will notice nearly perfect replications of their favourite tracks drivers, including world champion Michael Schumacher, and announcers' voices, all designed to simulate the 1999 F1 season. Signosis also included tiny details like skid marks that will remain on the track for at least one lap. If you crash your car enough times, debris will scatter all over the road. You can choose sunny or rainy weather conditions. Choose rainy, and the back of your car will show a reflection of the surface of the track and as spray flies off your tires. Formula 1 99 is not just beautiful graphics, however. There's significant substance involved in how you customize your vehicle. Just a few of the things you can do include adjusting your front and rear wings, optimizing your tires for certain tracks and weather conditions, or tweaking your suspension. Anyone who missed the 1999 season and wants to relive it over and over again can do so with this PlayStation disc. So that game was made by Signosis. Well, did they not make this other game? No, Chemco, developed by Sapphire. Oh, I got fucking hiccups. Let me drink some water. Let's see, what else is there? Rippin' Riders. I like when like these like realistic Well, they use like photographs for like model textures. That's pretty funny. I always find that quite funny. Right. Rippin' Riders for the Sega Dreamcast, available now. Snowboarding enthusiasts, take heart. You won't have to wait until snowfall to experience the glorious thrill of rocketing 100 miles per hour down a 90-degree slope with nothing between you and death but a piece of wood. In Rippin' Riders, there are 3 different modes available for play. Freeride, Super Pipe, and Match Race. In Freeride, you challenge courses that propel you straight through obstacles and that change from falling rocks to the occasional cow. Cows? In snowboarding? During Super Pipe, you have a limited amount of time to perform as many difficult tricks. Oh, that should be the Super Pipe there, I imagine. Let's see. I was wondering if you could actually see my cursor. I was just like checking up here so I could see an OBS. Limited amount of difficult tricks as possible where you shoot straight downhill. Match Race is designed for 2 players to compete head-to-head on a horizontal or split-screen division. The graphics in Rippin' Riders are impressively clear, from the expression on your character's face to the fuzz of the cows you run over. What do those cows do? Where is it? I'm lost. Fuzz the cows you run over. Even though the announcer frequently sounds like a throwback to the 70s, it's gnarly up ahead. Rippin' Riders is an entertaining alternative for any snowboarder stuck on dry land. Developed by UEP Systems, creator of the Cold Border series. I had Cold Borders. I think that was like one of the first PlayStation games I got. I think that's like the very first PlayStation game I got when I got mine. But Threads of Fate, I had this one as well. By Square, second quarter of 2000, 1 player. Yeah. Yeah, I think in a later issue, Tips and Tricks has a guide for Threads of Fate. Known as Duoprism in Japan, Threads of Fate is an action RPG that shares some similarities with Brave Fencer Musashi, which I also had, and it was one of the first games that I streamed when I started streaming. It features a super cool soundtrack by Junya Nakano, and character designs by Tsutomu Terada and Tadahiro Usuda. Most of the main staff was also responsible for the RPG classic Chrono Trigger, and more recently, Xenogears. I had Xenogears as well. It was pretty good. I mostly watched my cousin play Xenogears, but it was a very pretty game from what I remember. If you believe that the PlayStation has reached its limits of its graphic capabilities, you may change your mind after seeing this game. The character animation is fluid, and colors are bright. A couple of novel gameplay concepts add a great amount of depth. For example, the concept of drawing abilities from enemies, as in Musashi, has been taken a step further. Now you can actually become the enemies that you have defeated and utilize their attacks and other abilities. Plus, you can choose to follow one of 2 different characters' storylines at the beginning of the game. It may still be a long way off until release, but Threads of Fate is definitely one to watch. And we've got Grand Theft Auto 2! Developed by DMA Design, Grand Theft Auto 2. Was that not what Rockstar used to be called before they became Rockstar? I actually live not far from their offices. I passed by the buildings a few times. I said this a few times in previous streams, but yeah, I pass their offices occasionally. Features many enhancements over the original. To add to the complexity of the game, you'll interact with 6 different gangs as you complete missions. Depending on your actions, each gang will respond to your presence differently. For example, if you mow down a number of Zaibatsu members, you'll be sure that they won't treat you too kindly next time you meet one of them. On the other hand, your affinity with a rival gang, the Yakuza, will increase this at the same time. You'll have the freedom to stay loyal to one organization or to continually double-cross everyone. The gameplay is highly non-linear, allowing many different paths to take. There are a variety of new vehicles as well, each with a different soundtrack on its radio. Included are tracks from Moving Shadow Records, Flytronics, and Taxi Driver. The new game engine can also handle up to 50 vehicles and 200 pedestrians on screen at once. The environments are more intricate as well. You can walk up ramps and onto buildings, jump from rooftop to rooftop, traverse catwalks, and more. Check it out! And let's see... Dragon Warrior Monsters. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if Dragon Warrior has any similarity or is like a spin-off of Dragon Quest. Oh. I should have just read this. If there's one series of role-playing games that's popular enough to rival Square's Final Fantasy, it's definitely Enix's Enix's Dragon Quest. 4 of the Dragon Quest games were released for the 8-bit Nintendo Entertainment System as the Dragon Warrior series, and while they may not have set the US on fire, the series remained a gigantic success in Japan. In September of '98, Enix tapped into the Pokemon phenomenon with Dragon Quest Monsters, a new Game Boy Color RPG. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Especially, yeah, there was a time where Square and Enix were two different things. Back when they changed names on a whim. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I recognized the style because in the previous stream that I did, where I looked over a different issue, there was an ad for Dragon Quest, and it used 3D graphics, but it looked nothing like Akira Toriyama's style. That's what confused me for a bit. But yeah, where was I? Dragon Quest Monsters, a new Game Boy Color RPG that focuses on the player's ability to capture, breed, and train monsters from the Dragon Quest series, most of which were designed by Akira Toriyama. Oh my god, there we go, designed by Akira Toriyama of Dragon Ball fame. Since more than 2 million copies of the games were sold during the first 6 months of its release in Japan, Eidos has acquired the rights to publish the game in North America and is hoping to repeat its success on these shores. Very nice. Yeah, I don't know what Akira was thinking about, like, combining this fucking mouse with the bee. I don't know what he was doing there. But this, like, shrimp enemy looks pretty cool, and this crab monster. Skull Crab. Castlevania 2 by Konami for the Nintendo 64. Huh. Konami's second Castlevania game for the Nintendo 64 is very similar to the first. Sorry, I took off my glasses for a second. Cause it's squeaking against my headphones and it was annoying me. It's very similar to the first, also developed by Konami Computer Entertainment Kobe. Hold on, what time is it? It's 2 in the morning for me, but that's fine. I can stay up a bit longer. The gameplay mechanics and graphics engine are practically identical. The characters controlled the same way you'll find most of the game types of items and weapons. Fortunately, the game makes use of the Nintendo 64 expansion pack for high-resolution graphics. You'll even see some of the same enemies and characters, like Renon, Death, and Actres. Returning heroes of Reinhard Schneider and Carrie Fernandez are now joined by 2 characters. Cornell was originally designed by for the first game, but for some reason didn't make it in. He's finally a selectable character in this installment. He also has the ability to change between human and werewolf forms in the middle of the game. Oh, there we go. If you're a monster fucker and into werewolves, this game is just for you. The 4th character is a strange man in armor named Henry. Most of the stages are totally new, although some of the environments and graphics are recycled. Each character takes a slightly different path through the game, allowing for lots of replayability. Reinhardt and Carrie's paths will also be revealed, as the storyline of Castlevania 2 takes place 8 years before the first Nintendo 64 Castlevania game. Alright. Looks pretty neat. Looks no bad. Oh, there's that Henry character. I imagine he's kind of like that guy from Resident Evil 2. I can't remember his name though. Then we got Catwoman. Fresh from the pages of DC Comics, one of Batman's greatest foes is starring in her own Game Boy Color adventure. Catwoman is a side-scrolling beat-em-up game with plenty of bad guys for the title character to punch, kick, and flip over. Whose side is she on anyway? The game's controls are simple enough to learn, but they can produce a lot of different moves, and you'll need to learn how to deliver specific kinds of attacks if you expect to make any progress. True to the style of the comics she's currently appearing in, Catwoman also features comic-style intermission scenes that further the game's plot. I see. But what is this one? This one looks pretty cool. Prehistoric Isle 2. Hold on. This game was mentioned a few times in previous pages and even in the previous stream that I did. What is this one? Prehistoric Isle 2. Prehistoric Isle 2. Let me just quickly look this up. So it's for the Neo Geo, or Neo Geo, however you want to pronounce it. Oh no, I've watched through this. I've already watched through this. I've seen this already. Hold on, let me go back to the beginning. SNK. By Yume Kobo. Yeah, a lot happens in the intro. Like, where the hell did these come from? They just appeared one day. And I love the melodramatic music as well. Oh my goodness, everything's on fire. Oh, there's a tank. Surely that tank will save us. Oh shit! I love the explosion effects as well. They're great. Rawr. Rawr. I love the harsh cuts in this as well. Oh, it's so dramatic. Yeah, fuck you, dinosaurs. It's so silly. Defend people? Do I have to? Why are they just like parachuting in the middle of everything? Oh, they're being evacuated. Even the paratroopers are being evacuated. Giga power. Just skipping ahead a bit. The pre-rendered backgrounds. That T-Rex is just casually strolling. Well, not much you can do about that. Hold on. I like this ad here. Woo! And what's this? Musk. But what is that picture of, though? I can't tell. This is like some sort of worm creature. Let's skip ahead a bit. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, it looks alright. Holy shit, that thing's fucking huge. My god. It's running away, leave him alone. I think those are like people hanging off the helicopters. Yeah, okay. Very silly game. Let's continue. How do I get rid of this? There we go. For those who thought SNK gave up on its 16-bit MVS arcade title, shame on you. Prehistoric Isle 2 is a new shoot 'em up with similarities to Thunder Force and Twin Cobra. Should be available in arcades by the time you read this. 2 unique and exciting minigames are available for play. Along with tons of action-packed standard missions, they'll make this a game a must for hardcore shoot 'em up fans. What other video game do you know in which you rescue people from a Parasaurolophilus? Yeah, these screenshots don't exactly do it justice, but they do look kind of cool though. But yeah, Threads of Fate, cool game. Let's see. Oh, we've got other ones as well. Evel Knievel. Oh, it's by Rockstar as well. Wait, hold on. So we have a thing called Rockstar, but the guys who do GTA 2 are under a different name. Very curious. Though the average tips and tricks reader may be too young to remember what Evel Knievel meant to the entertainment world, Rockstar is keeping his legacy alive on the Game Boy Color. A combination of stuntman, thrill seeker, and daredevil, Knievel was a master showman who plotted elaborate stunts before large crowds and TV audiences. Most of these stunts involved jumping over things with motorcycles, and all of them found the patriotic Knievel clad in red, white and blue, from head to toe. Now, for the first time, the average American can get a taste of Knievel's high-octane biker lifestyle without the risk of broken bones. In fact, the only real life danger in playing Evel Knievel on your Game Boy Color is the inevitable battery drain. Oh no. Cool. Yeah, cool guy, Evel Knievel. Thrasher, Skate and Destroy by Rockstar. Coming out in December. Huh. These graphics are... don't know what to make of them. Very cartoony graphics. Also from developer Run and Gun, see Wicked Surfing. The Game Boy Color version of Skate and Destroy is somewhat different from the PlayStation hit of the same name. Described by Rockstar as a sheer skateboarding freakout, this cart allows you to skate freely through large environments, experimenting with ollies, rail slides, and flip kicks. There are also timed skate contests that involve technical challenges on crazy obstacle courses, and you can even design your own levels. Very nice. A two-player link option rounds out the package with plenty of potential for multiplayer mayhem. All that's missing are Slurpees and spray paint. Oh yeah. Wicked surfing. I'm just taking in these screenshots here. By Interplay. It's been a long time since surfing video games were the rage. Were they ever a rage though? This new Game Boy Color cart from developer Run and Gun will attempt to recapture the glory days of classic carts like TNC Surf Designs and California Games, while offering new features that could make the ultimate surfing sim. Choose from any of 5 different characters, each with his or own signature trick, and compete in one of 2 different modes. Thrash mode allows you to show off stunts and practice hanging 10, while contest mode lets you compete in heats that are based on real surfing contest scoring. There's also a 2-player link cable option that allows you to compete against a friend or team up with a 2-person trick show that could lead to higher scores. Very nice. Cooperation. Excuse me. Oh, I think you can get this on Steam. SNK vs Capcom, Battle of the Strongest Fighters. Get out the smelling salts. The SNK vs Capcom fighting game is just about to become a reality. This unprecedented agreement between 2 of the leading fighting game publishers has produced 3 games. A full-featured SNK vs Capcom fighting game for the arcade, produced by Capcom. Card Fighters Clash for the Neo Geo Pocket Color, produced by SNK. So we got Capcom, SNK. See last issue's Select Games preview, and this new Pocket Color cart, which features super deformed versions, or chibi, if you will, of popular Capcom characters going head-to-head with SNK's biggest brawlers. A complete list of fighters was not available as this issue went to press, but we do know that Ryu, Chun-Li, and Felicia, Sakura, and Morgan, it's actually Morgan. It's not Morgan. I used to know someone with that name, and it's Morgan. Will represent Capcom with Kyo Kusanagi, Yori Yagami, and Mai Shiranui, appearing on behalf of SNK. There's been a lot of red tape keeping games like this out of players' hands for a long time. Character crossover is all too rare, but for once, it looks like Santa is going to be able to deliver the goods. Very nice. I like chibi style fighting games. I think I had this for like the Game Boy as well. Yeah, it looks cool. SNK versus Capcom. Let me pull a video up. Jamie, pull up a video. SNK versus Capcom. Battle of the Strongest. No, wait. Battle of the Strongest Fighters, but... hold on. SNK versus Capcom, Battle of the Strongest Fighters. That is strange. Give me a second. I'm not getting, like, Neo Geo videos. Neo Geo. Huh. Oh. We have something. Like one very obscure video. Let's see. How does it look? I don't know if this is the same game though. Dude. Oh, it's Felicia. Hadouken! Nice. I recognize these characters. Oh, Leona! We share the same birthday. Oh, I think we're in Osaka. We're in Osaka! Yeah, I haven't played a fighting game in a very long time though. Like, I like how they look, but I'm not very good at them. Yeah, I love chippy fighters. I like Pocket Fighter as well. That was a fun game. Let's see. Let's skip ahead a bit. Perfect. Oh, that's geese. Geese. Ha 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 ha. Oh my god, where are we? Iori. Right. Hell yeah. Let's see. We've got that guy. We've got these guys. Oh my god, we're in America. Holy shit. And it's Leona. Skip ahead a bit more. Now we're in China. Cool. Do 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 do. Right, okay, enough of that. Let's see. Yeah. Cute game. Cute looking game. Now what do we have here? Game track. Select games. Your handy resource guide for tracking upcoming game releases. Keep in mind that there's no such thing as a sure thing. All release dates are subject to change. Yeah, makes sense. So what do you have? Coming up for the Nintendo 64, we have our Music Project, Cyber Tiger Woods Golf, Cyber Tiger, Excitebike 64, Harvest Moon, Looney Tunes Space Race, Rocket on Wheels, South Park Rally, Worms Armageddon, yes. Fucking love Worms. Airborne USA, Battlezone, Castlevania, Legacy of Darkness, Jeremy McGrath, Supercross, StarCraft, oh my god, StarCraft, Tarzan, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Caesar's Palace, or Kaiser's Palace actually, Looney Tunes, Duck Dodgers, Looney Tunes Taz Express, NHL Blades of Steel, Mortal Kombat Special Forces. I think that, I don't know if I've already said this in the previous stream, but I think that's like a beat 'em up game. Major League Soccer, Pokemon Stadium, X-Men, Hydro Thunder, Kirby 64, Mario Party 2, Nightmare Creatures 2, Perfect Dark, Ridge Racer, Spider-Man, Super Mario Adventure, Xena Warrior Princess, 1080 Snowboarding 2, and Assault. Banjo-Tooie, Blues Brothers 2000, Bomberman 2, Custom Robo, Daikatana, Death Cars. Oh, I didn't know I have Namco Museum, but I didn't know they had it for the 64 as well. It had a very good soundtrack from what I remember, especially the 5th volume. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Pikachu, Genki Dechu. I think that's the voice-controlled Pokemon game. Pikachu game. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. Pikachu, Genki Dechu. So, Pikachu, Genki Dechu. I think it is. Yeah, it totally is. Yeah, I think it's known as Hey You, Pikachu. Fuck you, Pikachu. Asshole. Stupid Pikachu. Just shout abuse at Pikachu. I think I've seen like other streamers play Hey You, Pikachu on stream, but I don't know how they got the microphone working though. I don't know if that's handled by the emulator at all. But it's pretty funny. What is this guy doing? Oh my god, that's a fucking ghost. That's a fucking haunter. Pikachu, what did you find? Behind you, Pikachu! Behind you! Look out, Pikachu! Oh no. I hope he's okay. Right, enough of that. Let's see. Tamagotchi, Zelda Gaiden. What is Zelda Gaiden? Is that anything like Ninja Gaiden? Rakuga Kids. Quest for Camelot. I'm more interested in PlayStation releases, to be honest. All-Star Tennis 1999. Our Marines, The Project, Army Men, Sergeant's Heroes. Now that was a game. Crusaders of Might and Magic. Is that not that strategy game? I think... Crusaders of Might and Magic. That's like that one fantasy strategy game that's very popular with like Russians for some reason. Fighting Force 2, Fear Effect, Flintstones Bedrock Bowling. Very nice. Gran Turismo, International Track and Field. I think I had that one. March Madness 2000, NBA on the Zone, NHL Blades of Steel, yeah. Formula 1, Scrabble, Shaolin. I think I had Shaolin as well. South Park Rally as well. Urban Chaos, I had that for PC, which is a pretty good game, but if only I could figure out how to get it to work so I could stream it. That would be nice. Arborians Project. Bassmasters Classic. Tournament Edition, Elmo and Grouchland. I'm kind of curious about Elmo and Grouchland. Give me a second. Elmo and Grouchland PS1. Okay. No, it looks like a point and click thing, and to be honest, I don't think it's for me. But feel free to look it up in your own time. The Misadventures of Trombone, one absolute banger of a game. Absolute fucking banger. Game back to Hot Wheels. Misadventures of Trombone, worth mentioning again, and Tomba 2. Die Hard Trilogy, Eagle 1, Indiana Jones and the Inferno Machine, Jeff Gordon XS Racing, Iron Soldier 3, Konami Rally, Le Mans Racing, Rayman 2, Real Fishing 2, Saboteur, Smurfs, Spec Ops, Team Buddies, Test Drive Cycles, Test Drive Rally, Wild Wild West. What was that one? I know it was a film featuring Will Smith, but I didn't really like it at the time. This is 1999. I would have been 8 years old at the time, and I wasn't a big fan of Wild Wild West. I don't even like steampunk, to be honest. They always make it really lame. Like Victorian history, cool, but steampunk, kind of lame. Wild Wild West, PS1. We have a PC game, but not Wild Wild West. Huh. Oh well. Sorry, I'm kind of like... Something caught my eye. It's a PC game, and I don't know what it is. Give me a second. Yeah, I was looking at Wild Wild West, and this came up. I don't know what it is. We need to see this. Wild West, Cowboys of Moo Mesa. Long play arcade. Ow! Yeah. Ugh, my eyes itchy. Ugh. Oh jeez, flashing light warning, I guess. Look out! Watch out! Down, down, down. Oh shit! Okay, I'm fucking sold.
Rodeo.
That's rodeo. Nice. Yeah, I don't know who made these games. Oh no, not Lily. Yeah, Furries definitely made this game. But these are like old school furries though, as far as I can tell. Looks like a pretty good game though, I'll give it that. Yeah. Okay. I'm kind of sold. I'm kind of sold on this. It's like, oh my god! Pew pew pew. Yeah. It honestly looks like a solid game. Despite all my criticisms. Despite all my comments. It's a solid looking game. I can't fault them for that. Sorry, I'm kind of invested in this now. I'd rather not, to be honest. Not with you, at least. Choose your card. Seal your fate. Yeah. Not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. Oh my god, there's just like skulls floating down the river. What the hell's going on in this place? He's fucking swimming up a fucking waterfall, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. That upper body strength. Yeah, okay, sorry, I got too invested in that. That was kind of cool. Right, okay, enough of that. It had nothing to do with this magazine at all. Colony Wars Redstorm. I had that, but I don't remember liking it that much or being invested in the story. Gauntlet Legends, I had that. That's also a beat 'em up, which was pretty cool. PlayStation coming out in March. Jackie Chan Stunt Master. Yeah. I'm glad Meat played that. They have Major League Soccer, then Men in Black, Motocross Madness, Mortal Kombat Special Forces, Nickelodeon Cat Dog. They made a game out of that, jeez. Paperboy, Railroad Tycoon 2, Roll Cage Extreme, X-Men, Armored Core, Master of Arena, Chocobo's Mysterious Dungeon. I had Chocobo's Dungeon. Don't know about Mysterious Dungeon though, but I like Chocobo's Dungeon. Frogger, Gekido, Saga Frontier 2, Spider-Man, Superman, Vagrant Story. I need to do a stream of Vagrant Story sometime. I've never played it before, but I've always wanted to. Possible in 2000, Ace Combat 3, Alien Resurrection, Countdown Vampire, Buster Groove 2, Chocobo Stallion, Chrono Cross, Deception 3, Devil Dice 2, Dragon Quest 5, 6, 7, Dragon Quest 7, Dragon Valor, Fantasy 9, absolute banger. I need to get back to streaming that again, but you know, some things came up and then I had to put it aside. I had to put it on the back burner for ages. Gunpei, IQ Final, Kiss Psycho Circus. Fuck, what was Kiss Psycho Circus? Sorry, I need to look up Kiss Psycho Circus. Oh jeez, I didn't mean to do that. Kiss Psycho Circus. What kind of game was that though? Oh, sorry. That's a music video, but that's not what I'm looking for. The Nightmare Child. I think that's a PC game, but I imagine the PlayStation version won't be that much different. Water.
This is the water realm.
What does this have to do with like rock and roll?
Avatars are powerless, lost in the void with their
Who's this gypsy?
masters. It is you that have been favored to be the Star Bearer's champion in this.
Yeah, enough of this devil talk. Let's get into the game.
Call upon the Star Bearer. You must master his realm, cleansing it.
I'll master your realm, if you catch my drift. This is like some sort of dark fantasy game. Where's the music? Where's the... What the hell? Or is this like the narrative of like a concept album, and I'm getting the whole thing wrong? Oh my goodness. Where's the Kiss members? What the hell? Where does the band Kiss come in? Yeah, whatever, I don't care anymore. I don't even care about Kiss, the band. But Detroit Rock City was a pretty cool song. It was a pretty cool song. Kiss, Psycho Circus, where was that? Kiss, Psycho Circus, Legend of Dragoon, Macross Digital Mission, Mega Man Legends 2, Messiah, Nightmare Creatures 2, Parasite Eve 2, Planet of the Apes, Resident Evil Gun Survivor, Threads of Fate, Snowboard Kids Plus, Zeus Carnage Heart 2, and what else do we have? For Dreamcast, Fighting Force 2, got all these, W, got Game Boys, Deep Fighter, Dark Angel, anything catching my eye. Worms Armageddon, of course. Mechan X. Or is it Mechanics? Is that what they're trying to do here? Mechanics. Mechanics. Shenmue. Okay. Virtual On. Okay, that's that robot versus player game. It's pretty fun. Echo the Dolphin. Very nice. Did that Brian Eno character do the soundtrack of Echo the Dolphin? I'm not too sure. It's one of those games that has like a big music industry name. Choo Choo Rocket. We got Crazy Taxi, Crisis Zone, Fantasy Star Online, Space Channel 5, cool. 1942, these are Game Boy games now. As Your Dreams, Construction Zone, Croc, Mission Impossible. Huh? What is this one? Number 15. Densha the Go for the Neo Geo Pocket. That's a very pretty looking game. So Densha the Go, that's like a train simulator. I had Jet the Go, which is with airplanes or airliners. Densha the Go. South Park for the Game Boy. Okay. Vegas Games, Worms Armageddon, Worms on every system here. Muppets, Micro Machines, Jack Nicklaus Golf, Jimmy White's Cue Ball. There you go, Obelix. I think that's an Asterisk game. VR Powerboat. Pokemon Gold, Pokemon Silver, coming out in 2000. January 2000 for the Game Boy. And what's number 4 here? Number 4 for Game Boy, Army Men. I see, that's what this is. Neo Geo Pocket, Dark Arms. I'm not too. I don't know my Neo Geo games besides from SNK Fighter. Metal Slug, Second Mission, very nice. Metal Slug was fun. Drumania, Spawn, Gauntlet Legends, Gundam. And that's for arcade. Okay, these are arcade games. Tekken 4. Okay. Tondibble Crisis. I didn't know they had Incredible Crisis for arcade. Huh. You learn something new every day. And Jammer Lamy. That's for arcade, huh? Pretty cool. What is this? Tips. I'll read the bottom section. I don't feel like reading through cheat codes. But yeah, if you want to like look up these games yourself, I'll put a link up. Where was it? Yeah, this is where I got these issues from, so I'll just copy and paste it here in case you want to look it up yourself. Yeah. Retromags.com. www.retromags.com. So let's see. Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie. Tips and Tricks Anime. Just released on VHS and DVD, the 60-minute animated feature gives Sega fans a delicious taste of real Japanese Sonic anime. Make no mistake, this is not the watered-down, kid-friendly Saturday morning Sonic, featuring the voice of Jaleel Urkel White. Urkel! I know... Okay, I don't know this Urkel character. I know he, like, appears in, like... He gets mentioned in cartoons sometimes, but I don't know anything further than that. Directed by Kazunori Ikegami, Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, may be recommended for ages 7 and up. And it does have plenty of humor, but it's nothing like that hokey TV show. Stylistically, this Sonic cops the fresh edge of the Dreamcast Sonic adventure without alienating any of his 16-bit fans. The story is standard Sonic fare, with Dr. Robotnik blackmailing the Hedgehog into helping him recapture Robotropolis from the evil Metal Robotnik. With Tails and Knuckles on his side, Sonic takes on his alter ego Hyper Metal Sonic and rescues Sarah, daughter of the president of the Land of the Sky, from Eggman's clutches. Great animation, an excellent English dub, and an affordable price makes this must for Sonic fans of all ages, from ADV Films. What is this screenshot? I wonder. Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. I wonder if I could find a clip on YouTube or something. Sonic the Hedgehog the movie. I think this is 1999. It looks like it. Okay. You can actually watch the whole thing on YouTube, but I'm kind of... I'll put on the trailer. I won't put the whole thing on, just in case. Okay. What are we dealing with here? Uh-huh. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, I don't know about the animation, but, you know, whatever. I can forgive it. Mm-hmm. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Uh-huh. Well, it's only an hour long, I guess. Would you rather watch this or the most recent Sonic movie? Let us know in the comments. Mm-hmm. I notice. Dun, 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 dun. Sonic. Oh, okay. The Hedgehog. Okay. Cool. God. I'd hate for YouTube to like give me the wrong recommendations at the end of the video. I need to be careful of that. Right. Let's see. What else is there? Oh, we have even more screenshots. Knuckles looking pretty cool in that hat. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Don't know about that face though. Let's see, let's see. So that's for Nintendo tips. Oh. What is this one? Macross Plus DVD. Most anime fans will tell you that if there's some anime that you should own on DVD, it's definitely Macross Plus. Manga Video has finally released all 4 episodes of Macross Plus on DVD as a 2-disc set, labeled Volume 1 and Volume 2. The DVD comes packed with all kinds of extra features for the true Macross fans, like a photo gallery, various Macross Plus movie trailers, and several English, Japanese language and subtitle settings. It's been almost 5 years since Macross Plus first mesmerized anime fans, and it still stands as one of the most sophisticated anime productions today. It's 2040 AD on planet Eden, and the Ministry of Defense is testing high-tech stealth aircrafts to counter alien attacks. Isamu Dyson, the fun-loving devil-may-care hero, is assigned as a test pilot for Project Supernova. He soon discovers that the test pilot for the competing project is his old childhood rival, Gold Bowman, Bringin Myung, a mutual ex-girlfriend of the two rivals. And now you've got real tension. Behind the over-the-top animation of Shoji Kawamori and the incredible soundtrack of Yoko Kanno is a rather deep storyline about love, friendship, and the struggle between man versus machine. If you're new to the world of Japanese anime, Macross Plus is required viewing. On a side note, this DVD also includes a very interesting anti-drug message from the members of the band Kiss. Yep, don't do drugs, kids. All 4 of them confess to doing drugs and say it ain't worth it. Watching the crusty-looking Peter Criss and Ace Frehley up close will even get Tony Montana to quit cold turkey. Macross Plus is available on VHS and DVD through Manga Video. I don't know what Kiss has to do with Macross, but whatever. Don't do drugs, kids. Let's see. Darkstalker's Revenge. How have I seen that? Night Warriors Darkstalker's Revenge, the graphic novel. Okay, Viz has finally started translating Rin Ishida's Darkstalker's Revenge comics, and the first of the graphic novel series is now available. This novel introduces Darkstalker characters and is a good way for new fans to get familiar with the evil underworld. Meet Dmitry Maximov, the ultimate vampire, as he wakes up from his 100-year slumber. Follow Felicia, the Catwoman, and see how she struggles to be accepted by humans who consider her a monster. Experience the fierce battle between Donovan, the vampire hunter, and Morgan, the seductive succubus. Like a lot of Viz graphics novels, there are a lot of extras like character bios and plot summaries. Night Warriors book also has extra sketches and small insights from Rin Ishida about some of his own characters. For example, he talks about how he loves to draw Xianko, but he couldn't make her the main character because she's too cute, with little tidbits from Rin Ishida himself. This book is a must-have for any Darkstalkers fan. There are a couple of things about the translation that may irk some hardcore fans, like the fact that some of the chapters take place in Los Angeles, when obviously the action takes place in Tokyo. Ashtrays is an American office. Ashtrays in an American office? Besides, some of the Americanization of the plot, however, the translation is very intact when compared to the original Japanese version. Available now from Viz. Fair enough. There we go. We're on page 76 right now out of 117. But let's check out this. Milk Can rocks New York City. Is that Jammer Lammy reference? It is Jammer Lammy. Milk Can rocks New York City on August 26th. Sony Computer Entertainment of America put on the first ever live concert of Milk Can live concert. Fuck, I should have been there. But wait, on August 26th, Sony Computer Entertainment of America put on the first ever live concert in the US featuring video game music at the Roxy nightclub in New York City. The band was none other than Jammer Lammy's Milk Can. Members of the press, friends of Sony, and several contest winners were invited to this exclusive event to promote the summer launch of Jammer Lammy. The band's set consisted exclusively of songs from Jammer Lammy and Parappa the Rapper. We were expecting to see the band all dressed up in Lammy and Parappa costumes, but they came out as themselves. In fact, the concert gave us the opportunity to check out the people who were involved in doing all the voices for the different characters in both games. Masaya Matsuda, mastermind and producer of Parappa the Rapper and Jammer Lammy, led the band on keyboards and even played the PlayStation controller to produce the lead guitar sounds of the Jammer Lammy songs. Did you know that Masaya Matsuda, he's also the key member of the band Psy S, who also did the theme tune for the anime City Hunter, the City Hunter anime, which is a pretty cool fact. Yeah, and it's wild to think that, you know, he moved on to make Jammer Lammy and Parappa the Rapper, and basically rhythm games. Yeah, so Psy S, that's the band that he founded, I guess. Ryuichi Ryu Watabe, the voice of Chop Chop, Master Onion and others, Michelle Burks, Katie Cat, Everett Bradley, Paul Chuck and others, and Dread Fox, Parappa, were joined by live drums, bass, and guitar as they hammered out all our favorite tunes, practically note for note. Camera crews from Sony's own PlayStation Underground were on hand to interview concert goers. Yeah, Michelle Burks, rest in peace. Bless her. Concert goers and captured action on stage, so you should expect to see some of this footage in a future issue of the Quarterly Underground CD magazine. There was also plenty of activity away from the stage too. PlayStation kiosks were set up everywhere with headphones so people could check out Jammer Lammy game and test out their rhythm skills. A display was also set up at the front of the nightclub with every Jammer Lammy Parappa Rapper item you can think of. Of course, the coolest things we saw were the Jammer Lammy guitar by Fernandez Guitars, and the famous Parappa the Rapper toaster. A Parappa the Rapper toaster. I need to find this. Parappa the Rapper toaster. Holy shit. Sorry, I'm just looking at it. Can I like click and drag things into OBS? No, I can't. But it looks pretty cool. Parappa the Rapper toaster. Rodney Greenblatt, the popular visual designer and artist for both games, was also in attendance to watch his friends. Continuing on page 12. No, page 82, I mean. Some of the Parappa and Lammy merchandise on display inside the Roxy. Very nice. There we go. Performer Masaya Matsuda took the time out to demonstrate his Jammer Lammy prowess as he played the game on a big screen. It was amazing to watch him effortlessly get into fever mode and maintain it for as long as he wanted to. He made the game after all. Although this was the first time that video game music was performed live in front of an American audience, this kind of event is quite common in Japan. Recently, for example, a Biohazard aka Resident Evil concert was put on in Japan by the New Japan Philharmonic Orchestra. We hope to see more events like this as video games continue to reach a wider audience in the US. Front row, left to right. So, Ryu Watabe, Chop Chop Master Onion, Everett Bradley, Paul Chuck, Michelle Burks, Katie Cat, and Dread Fox Parappa. Wait, there's 5 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's definitely some people in between. By coincidence, all the former executive editors of Tips and Tricks magazine showed up at the Milk Can concert in New York, including Jim Loftus, Wataru Maruyama, and Betty Halleck. Seen here with Chris B. Former executive directors. Very cool. Man, I would have loved a job like that. But I would have been too young at the time. Then you got your cheat codes and tips. Ghost in the Shell, Stage Select, Secret Codes. Jet Moto 2, okay. Independence Day. I think that was like one of the first bootleg games I got. Independence Day and Klonoa Door to Phantom Isle. Yeah, kill wing, you can lock onto your wingman and shoot them down. Ooh, why would you do that? Lost World Jurassic Park. Okay. Judge Dredd. Let's see. Madden NFL. Machine Head. Lunar Silver Star Story. Complete Hidden Game. Yeah. Mortal Kombat 4. Secret Cheat Menu. The screen appears. Code 3 Skull 2213 as follows. Motor Tune Grand Prix. Let's see. Tips, more tips and tricks. Resident Evil 2. A secret photo. In the STARS office, check Wesker's desk. It's on the right in front of the STARS logo. You get a message that says, "It's trash. Someone must have searched the desk." Continue to check this desk over and over again. On the 50th try, you will obtain a film. Take the film to the dark room and develop it, and you'll get a secret photo of Rebecca from the original Resident Evil. Alternate clothes. Start game in normal mode and blah blah blah. You'll meet a very special zombie. It's Brad Vickers, the helicopter pilot from the original Resident Evil. Enter the police department and get the rifle grenade launcher from the STARS room. Then go back out and kill Brad. You can't take him down with your normal gun. Next, check his body. You'll find a special key. This key opens the locker in the dark room. If you open it, you can change it to a different set of clothing at any time. Shoot the camera. Go to the outside area in the basement where the two dogs jump down from the fence. Stand with your back facing the manhole and walk towards the camera. No, and walk forward until the camera angle changes. Now draw your rifle and shoot. Bullet holes will appear on your TV screen. Oh my goodness. I like these little, Easter eggs and little features. Oh, Skull Monkeys. That's that claymation game. That was one of the many games I had. They got Street Fighter Alpha 3. Then you got Street Fighter X Plus Alpha. I don't know what the difference is between them. Then you got... oh no, that's Super Puzzle Fighter. I love Super Puzzle Fighter. And Pocket Fighter. And Siphon Filter. I wasn't sure if I wanted to stream Siphon Filter though. I kind of lost my patience with it. Oh, we're almost at the end. Oh, and we have fan art as well. Read our art gallery. Alright, we have this one. Tips and Tricks, Bomberman Hero by Jennings Siglin from Perry, Iowa. Oh, we've got Crash Bandicoot here as well by Darren Finley from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Dragon Ball art by Carl Wilson from Jamaica, West Indies. Oh, like actual Jamaica. Alright, pretty cool. Jeremy Hilton from Winfield, Kansas. Another Crash fan art by Alex Meyer from Clearbrook, Minnesota? Or Montana? Which one is it? One of those places. Peter Gramitas from Maywood, New Jersey. We got Amy with a big hook pointing towards her feet. Tips and Tricks by Ken Draper from Martinsville, Virginia. NFL Blitz Tips and Tricks by Wael Salem Al-Abri from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it's crazy. Crazy to think that, at any time I could have submitted something to Tips and Tricks. I didn't know they accepted international submissions. Robert Beard from Oxford, it's not Minnesota, is it? Minnesota, Michigan? One of those places. Yeah, it's Milkhead from Unjamalami. Got Paul Moore from Albuquerque, New Mexico. Lucas Newman from Smithsburg, Maryland. Sioux Center, Iowa. Who's this? I know he's a Dragon Ball character, but I don't know everyone's names. I wasn't too invested in Dragon Ball. James Murphy from Wixom, Michigan. I'm just doxing all these people on stream. Michael Main from Russell, Kentucky. Michael Fandetti from Sherman Oaks, California. Oh, it looks like Bomberman fan art. This... Oh, okay. I was gonna say, this looks familiar. This character looks familiar, but no, it's Mewtwo in armor. By Adnan Bhatti from Calgary, Alberta. Alberta, Canada. Oh, we got Dreamcast tips. Video art. Dylan Harris from Bab, Montana. Tips, 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 tips. What's this one? The Legend of Zelda by Jesse Seglin from Perry, Iowa. Oh, is this another submission from... Is this the same person? Did I not come across this name earlier? David Sheeler from Tarzana, California. What a name, Tarzana. Another Calgary, Alberta person by Caitlin Fair. Got Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails. I wonder if she'd be a Sonic... No, a Shadow fan. Who knows? This was before Shadow the Hedgehog was introduced. You got all these, like, Game Shark codes as well. I don't know what format these, like, codes are in, though. I don't know. I think that's, like, a register number, and that would be, like, the setting of it. Let's see. Funkoland Superstore. Oh, we got high scores as well. This monthly feature allows arcade game players to compare their high scores, best times and tournament results with other arcades from around the country. If you're an arcade owner or operator who would like to tell the world about your players' accomplishments and get some free publicity for your arcade, contact us by fax or write to us at Tips and Tricks High Scores. At this address here, we'll send you information on how you can report your high scores for publication right here in Tips and Tricks. Players should participate your local arcade and spread the word. Oh, excuse me. Mary Kay's Arcade, Second GameWorks, Funorama. Where are these arcades located? Las Vegas, Nevada. East Sahara Building. I've been to Las Vegas. I've been to Luxor. I definitely remember being at Luxor, but I don't know if this is anywhere close to that. Grand Prix Racerama in Dania, Florida. Sega City in Irvine, California. Funorama at Hialeah, Florida. Sega GameWorks at Las Vegas Boulevard South. That might be the one I've been to. I don't know. Merkur Spielothek Kassel. Oh, Germany. Merkur Spielothek Kassel. Germany. Okay. Metropolis. Palm Desert, California. It's wild. I was expecting to see like a German arcade. Let's see. Funkoland. Superstore, your source for new and retro video games, PC games, movies, and more. Online Cooper? 10% off. Order online before 31st of December 1999 and receive $10 off an order totaling 100 or more. At www.funkoland.com. Got authorization number. New and pre-played video games, decks, and accessories. Great prizes, over 6,000 titles. Order online or call toll free at 1-888-684-8969. Get top dollar online for games. We have Sega Dreamcast, PlayStation, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, Sega Saturn, Game Gear, Sega Genesis, Super Nintendo, Entertainment System, and Nintendo System. Or is this? Funkoland Superstore, 10120 West 76th Street, Minneapolis, Minnesota? Yes. Okay. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. I had that. Matchbox cars are cool. Johnny Lightning cars are fast, but Hot Wheels cars are all of the above and more. Hundreds of different body styles have been produced in Hot Wheels form in the past 31 years, some meticulously based on real-life vehicles, others springing from the fertile minds of Mattel's toy designers. Over 40 of these legendary vehicles are included in EA's Hot Wheels Turbo Racing, the game that combines the clever course designs and shortcuts of Beetle Adventure Racing with hair-raising stunts and make even 1080 snowboarding look tame. This strategy guide offers stage maps, a breakdown of over 70 recognized stunts, and instructions on how to unlock all the secret vehicles and tracks. Note that the information in this guide applies to both the Nintendo 64 and PlayStation versions of the game. The exclusive PlayStation tracks are featured on page 106. Get me fuel, get me fire, blah, 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 blah. Stuff you should know. Mystery cars can be unlocked by finding spinning mystery car icon, one of the tracks in any game mode. Yes. I don't see myself playing Hot Wheels Turbo Racing anytime soon, but no, it's not a bad game from what I remember. The Icy Halfpipe. We have the stunt chart. I'm gonna quickly go into the Twitch homepage, just in case. Quickly. Okay. Oh jeez, it's already 3 AM. 3 AM? Oh my god, is that a reference to something? Oh my goodness. Let's see. Big air, quick air, quickie air. What's the difference between big air, quickie air? These are all 1 second in the air, and nothing else. Monster air, nuclear air, graviton air. Oh, excuse me. Air most rare. Flipping crazy. Oh, we're almost at the end. Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. Oh, okay, Twisted Metal 4. I'm just gonna put up a video of Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. Let's see what it looks like, at least. But damn, that Parappa the Rapper toasted is crazy. So, Hot Wheels Turbo Racing PS1. No, this is Nintendo 64. Let's see, long play. Turbo Racing.
Hot Wheels Turbo Racing.
That's what I said. Let's see, skip ahead a bit. Yep. More scores. Yeah, boy. Ooh, okay. I don't know if this is like reawakening any memories I might have like buried deep in my mind, but it looks pretty cool. I don't know, I wasn't much of like a racing game fan growing up. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't much of like a car person as a kid. I only appreciated them much later in life. New big air. Oh, sick flip. That was an applause there in the game as well. Doo-doo-doo. I'm trying to decipher this music here. Whoa. Somersault. Yeah, it looks alright. Right, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to read Tips and Tricks magazine. When Twisted Metal 4, games, goods, and more. Sweet Tooth is on the loose, and ready to inflict more Twisted Mayhem with Twisted Metal 4, the #1 car combat game. Built on the 4 million unit franchise with an all-new storyline featuring Sweet Tooth's control over the competition, more than 20 wicked new vehicles with all new weapons, huge multi-level war zones, and even car customization to create your own vehicles of terror. It's high-octane attitude with a twist. To celebrate its release, we're giving away tons of goodies. Grand prize, one winner. You could potentially win 1 boombox, 1 Sony PlayStation game console, 1 copy of 989 Studios' Twisted Metal 4 Game of the... I thought that's a Game of the Year, but game for the Sony PlayStation. Twisted Metal 4, Fuzzy Dice. I want Fuzzy Dice. So that's the grand prize, but if you get first prize, you can get an original sketch of Twisted Metal 4 art by the designers of Twisted Metal series. 1 Sony PlayStation game console, that's not bad. Copy of 989 Studios Twisted Metal 4 game for the Sony PlayStation, and Twisted Metal 4 Fuzzy Dice. Okay. Well, you get the boombox as a grand prize, you don't get the original sketch though. Second prize, you'll get a copy of the game, plus the Fuzzy Dice. How to enter? Send a 3x5 postcard, no envelopes please. With your full printed name, address, telephone number, including area code. to Tips and Tricks System Metal 4 Sweepstakes, P.O. Box 34012 at Los Angeles, California, 934. Good luck. They've got more levels for Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. Twin Mill Cup. What is this one? Oh, Video Game Liquidators. What name? What name? I don't know what... Are these like imports though? Imports of Saturns. Feel free to pause the VOD. Don't know who would watch a VOD of this. Ooh, Sakura Wars. I used to watch anime before school. I read the manga, but it was kind of crap, to be honest. I prefer the anime more. Yeah, I wish I didn't buy the manga. It kind of ruined it for me. Sonic Adventure, very nice. You pay order online. Oh, excuse me. We also carry hundreds of titles for 3DO, Sega 32X, Japanese Virtual Boy, Super Famicom, and more. Call for prices and availability. Cool. Todd and Slime World. Let's see. Kung Fu. That's a funny name. Oh, more Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. The 3 Volcano Island tracks are only available in the PlayStation version of Hot Wheels Turbo Racing. There are no mystery cars to discover on these 3 courses, just lots of bonus spills, chills, and high-flying stunts. God, I kind of remember having like Hot Wheels, and then you could like put either hot or cold water in them, and it would actually change the decals, which was pretty dope, which was pretty sick. I don't know if they still make toys like that anymore. Oh, I read this one in the previous stream. Yeah, 20,000 in prizes. Puzzle Me Incorporated. We make you think. But yeah, what issue is this one? So for the January 2000, when I read over the January 2000 issue, I read through all this. I don't feel like reading it again, to be honest. But yeah, Mystery Word Grid. I think I already solved this. Right. Tips and tricks. Got previous titles. I'm definitely going to be reading through more of these issues. Yeah. Because, I don't know, nobody's covered these magazines. Nobody's read through these magazines either. So I might as well, like, well, you know, take the opportunity and do that. So, Tekken Tag Tournament. What is this one? Is this an actual tournament that's happened? The number of qualifiers has been whittled down from over 1,000 to 32, and soon a Tekken Tag Tournament national champion will be crowned. Southern Hills Golfland, the premier fighting game tournament site in Southern California, recently played host to one of 4 regional tournaments that sent 4 qualifiers apiece to Tekken Tag Tournament World Championships. The finals will be held in Namco's Wonder Park in Milpitas. Namco's Wonder Park? What is that? Let me look this up. Namco Wonder Park. What is this one? California. Was an arcade and amusement park. Okay. Let's see, let me read this whole thing. Was a series of indoor amusement parks developed by the Japanese company Namco, later Bandai Namco Entertainment. The parks, including Namco Wonder Eggs, Wonder Park, Wonder City, and Wonder Tower, were known for their themed attractions and arcade games, reflecting Namco's interest in creating Disneyland-inspired amusement parks, featuring characters and stories from their video games. Oh, that's pretty cool. Shame I missed out on that. That's in Milpitas, California. At a later date, 75 enthusiastic players arrived from all parts of the West, including Tucson, Phoenix, San Diego, and Las Vegas. Alex Val, the #1 Street Fighter player in the United States, took control of the tournament late and finished undefeated after an early round scare. Almost sent him to the losers bracket. Val became the champion of the Southern Hills Golfland Regionals, picking up a $200 voucher towards expenses as one of 4 qualifiers on the way to Namco's Wonder Park. Special thanks to John Balin and Mark Vasquez for another spectacular tournament at Southern Hills Golfland in Stanton, California. For more information on future tournaments, please contact Southern Hills Golfland at 714-895-5613. Listed below are qualifiers for each regional. Alright. Jeez, my throat is so raw. Southern Hills Golfland in Stanton, California. Second game works at Schaumburg, Illinois. Bellevue, Washington. New York, New York. Man, things were different back then. Things were better back then. Machine number 2 was the elimination machine. If you lost here, you were counted out. Representatives of Golfland and Namco display the tournament brackets. Fighting game fans gather around to watch top players perfecting their craft. It looks very crowded. This guy's a hand cam. If you have the stamina to do this for 9 hours, you could be a winner too. Maybe. Got back issues. So let's see. January 1999, we've got Buster Groove, Tomb Raider 3, Guilty Gear, Glover, Xenogears. Ooh, Xenogears. Crash Bandicoot, Warped. Gauntlet Legends, Brave Fence Musashi, Penny Races, Distriga, Legend of Zelda, Tomb Raider 3, Siphon Filter. Oh, okay, that's a two-parter. Ooh, okay. Siphon Filter Part 1 for March 99. So, also includes Carnival, Irritating Stick, Snowboard Kids 2, Castlevania Part 1, Tetris, Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Part 2, April, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Legend of Legaia. Oh, I had Legend of Legaia. Silent Hill, No One Can Stop Mr. Domino. Siphon Filter Part 2, Castlevania, Ridge Racer, blah blah blah. Guardians Crusade, I had that as well. Power Stone. Power Stone was such a good game. Guys, Shadow Madness, Bomberman Fantasy Race, I had that as well. I had Guys and Bomberman Fantasy Race. Guardians Crusade, Star Wars Episode 1 Racer, Bloody Roar 2, Star Ocean, Second Story, that was a good one as well. PlayStation 1 had so many good games. Ape Escape, R-Type Delta, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver, Jamalami, blah blah blah. Man, thank you to the people who like scanned these magazines and uploaded them, cause they are really doing a service, a really good service. Oh, we got the Pokemon report. I choose you, Pikachu. In early November, Hasbro will be releasing the newest plush version of Pikachu. This toy, named I Choose You Pikachu, is an electronically enhanced version of the electric mouth that physically and vocally demonstrates its excitement. It executes the pulse of your Pikachu. I think I had this. I think. If you execute the pulse of your Pikachu, its mouth will wiggle and it will say its signature statement, P. Subsequent squeezes will delight it more and more until it says Pikachu. Glowing red cheeks and twitching ears will also serve to make this 8-inch electronic Pikachu one of the most interactive toys to hit the market since Furbies. Hasbro will produce I Choose You Pikachu in the year 2000, when other electronic plush Pokemon will also hit the market. I Choose You Pikachu should retail at $24.99. Pikachu behind bars? From the San Diego Union Tribune, the world's most popular mouse, sorry Mickey, is under attack. Pokemon trading cards are so popular now that players still turn out in the thousands whenever the Pokemon Trading Card Tour stops. It's so big in fact that it's drawing the attention of some powerful enemies. Luckily for Pokemon lovers everywhere, powerful enemies aren't necessarily intelligent ones. The San Diego, California law firm Milberg Weiss, Berthold Heinz, and Lerak LLP sued Nintendo of America, Wizards of the Coast, and 4Kids Entertainment, claiming that playing with Pokemon trading cards is actually a form of illegal gambling. Then Milberg realized that 4Kids Entertainment was one of its own clients. Milberg has decided to withdraw as lead plaintiff, but also stated that it will not defend 4Kids Entertainment, claiming a conflict of interest. Meanwhile, 4Kids Entertainment is suing its own lawyers for malpractice. Too bad they couldn't settle it over a game of cards. That is too bad. Oh my god, prepare for the greatest match ever. Pokemon, the first movie, witnessed the rarest Pokemon of all in their first movie, November 12th. Jeez. Wow. Sorry, I had to process that for a moment. I think you caught them all. Guess again. When Pokemon the first movie comes out in theaters across America on Friday, November 12th, I expect to see a whole new herd of Pokemon. In Pikachu's Vacation, the 22-minute short subject preceding the movie, you can catch the first glimpse of some new Pokemon, including cute little water Pokemon. Pikablue, aka Meryl, is one of the new monsters vacationing at Pokemon Land at the same time as Pikachu, Togepi, Psyduck, and all your favorite Pokemon. No humans are allowed in Pokemon Land, so most of the dialogue is conducted in Pokemon Ease, but at least some of the scenes have voiceover narration. Yeah, I don't know if I could, like, bear watching through an entire movie where it's just Pokemon talking. That's not all, however. Once the main feature starts, there are even more Pokemon. Oh, it's a prologue, is it not? Yeah, it's a prelude or prologue. Yeah, preceding the movie. Okay, yeah, okay, fine. It's only 22 minutes. I don't know. I think 2 minutes would be too much for me. I'd be driven insane by then. That's not all, however. Once the main feature starts, there are even more Pokemon to catch. These aren't your normal run-of-the-mill Pokemon either. It's a bird, it's a plane, it's a guy flying in his underwear. Actually, it's a bunch of mutant super Pokemon genetically engineered by Mewtwo. Mewtwo himself is an artificially created Pokemon. Scientists on Cinnabar Island cultivated Mew's genes and, through a cloning process, attempted to develop the ultimate fighting machine, Mewtwo. Realizing he was unnaturally born, Mewtwo becomes highly resentful of his station in life. Yeah, I get that. He eventually becomes obsessed with proving that artificial copies of Pokemon are superior to their originals. As an intelligent creature who is capable of human speech, Mewtwo begins training his own set of Pokemon and invites trainers from all over the world to come to his island. Ash and several other trainers receive mysterious invitations to a training tournament evoking memories of Enter the Dragon. Is that not a Bruce Lee film? Once all the trainers are on the island, Mewtwo reveals his nefarious plans. Fans of the TV show can expect to see their favorite Pokemon engage in spectacularly animated battles against a legion of super Pokemon. Most eagerly anticipated is probably the appearance of Mew, the elusive 151st Pokemon, who shows up to fight Mewtwo one-on-one. Ash, Pikachu, and the regular Pokemon will have to band together in the battle to crush Mewtwo and his army of super Pokemon. Even if you're not a Pokemon maniac, there's plenty of depth in this move to keep you entertained. The TV series already showcases impressive animation. Remember when all those kids in Japan had seizures from watching a Pokemon episode? Imagine how much more incredible all-out Pokemon battles will appear on the big screen, where everyone can get seizures. There's also the trademark humor that characterizes much of the Pokemon franchise, but don't think that it's only fun and games. Rumor has it that certain events might make the most hardened Pokemon trainer shed a tear. Warner Brothers has added even more incentive to see the first movie by giving away 4 new collectible trading cards to anyone who attends the movie. That'd be nice. These promotional items will be available for the first time in theaters. Featured Pokemon include Dragonite, Electabuzz, Pikachu, and Mewtwo. And in the just can't wait until November 12th department, copies of the Japanese version of Pokemon, the first movie, on video with English subtitling, have been circulating in the US since the summer. Okay. English subtitling. So let's see, 150, 151. That's Mewtwo in armor. Okay. Scene from Pikachu's vacation. Everything's on fire. Let's see. Ooh, Burger King Pokemon. New Pokemon comics. I'm not Pikachu. There's a lot of Pokemon comics. I even had like the original manga, but I kind of lost it though. It was a pretty good read, to be fair. It was a pretty good manga. So this one actually preceded the games and whole, anime and all that. Market calendars, November 12th not only indicates the release day of the eagerly anticipated Pokemon, the first movie, it's also the day Viz Comics is releasing a barrage of new Pokemon titles. The first 2 issues, Pokemon, the first movie, animation comics, Mewtwo Strikes Back, and Pokemon, the first movie, animation comics, Pikachu's Vacation, both hit store shelves the same day the movie hits theaters. Each comic book contains 48 pages of full color, featuring gorgeous scenes straight from the movie. 2 more Pokemon titles available in November are Pokemon Tales Special Movie Edition, I'm Not Pikachu, and Pokemon Standees. The former is a pocket-sized book adapted from the movie storyline. In Pokemon Standees, it's a Pokemon infestation with 20 different full-color punch-out Pokemon images. With a simple punch, these foam images become instant 3D decorations. Finally, Viz is also publishing a full-length book with the working title The Art of Pokemon, the first movie, which will be available on December 10th. The beautifully illustrated 64-page book includes pictures and descriptions of major characters and pivotal events from the movie. I see. Ooh, Pokemon Snap Contest. Shoot your Pokemon! From October 11th, 1999 to January 15th, 2000, Nintendo is holding a Pokemon Snap Contest that is pitting all the trigger-happy Pokemon paparazzi in the US against each other. The grand prize on the line is a trip to Sydney, Australia. Very nice. First and second place prizes aren't anything to scoff at either. 25 first place winners get a digital camera and a $100 check. 100 second place winners get a Pokemon Yellow bundle, which includes the Pokemon Yellow Game Boy and a Color Game Boy. Since there is going to be fierce competition, ties seem inevitable. Tiebreakers will be determined by a 250 words or less essay that describes the pictured Pokemon. If you think you're a Pokemon Snap Master, take your best photo and mail it to Pokemon Snap. Take your best shot contest. P.O. Box 928, Santa Clarita, California 91380. Entry forms are available at Blockbuster and online at www.pokemon.com. Burger King's Pokemon movie promotion began on November 8th at participating locations in the United States, Canada, and English-speaking Caribbean islands. The kids' meals and big kids' meals all come with various Pokemon prizes and a selection of 57 character toys and 151 movie trading cards. Rumors abound that Burger King's 57 character toys will only be available for 57 days. Also, the toys are sealed in black plastic, so you don't know which toy you're getting. If you want to collect all 57 toys, you'll probably have to trade. As for the movie trading cards, 57 will be Pokemon, with the remaining 94 cards depicting characters. Oh, I had some of those. Wait, what did you have? Sorry I missed your message, Molson. Also, welcome. Sorry, I got too, involved reading all this. Oh, jeez. As if that's not enough Poke paraphernalia, the gold-plated thingies. Are the coins, or... I'm imagining the coins, or... Where did I mention that? Sorry, I'm a bit lost. I kind of got lost in the sauce reading all this. Or the cards, maybe. Yeah. There's a lot of Pokemon merchandise. You're just getting to it. Oh, okay. My bad. Let's see. 94... That's one... Oh, okay, yeah, trading cards, my bad. Burger King is also releasing 23 gold-plated trading cards on November 15th. Check out more information on the Burger King website at www.burgerking.com. I had one of these. I don't remember much of it, though. I'm pretty sure I had this, though. Pocket Pikachu Color is coming to Japan. This sequel to the immensely popular original Pocket Pikachu is new and improved, with a cool new feature that lets you transfer experience points between other Pocket Pikachu Color units and Color Game Boys using an infrared sensor. Similarly to the first Pocket Pikachu, Pikachu grows according to how frequently the owner walks. A built-in pedometer measures distance and translates it into watts for Pikachu to eat. The more watts he eats, the bigger and happier Pikachu grows. Unlike other virtual pets, the owner's primary responsibility is only to keep Pikachu rolling in watts. Without your intervention, Pikachu will follow a regular schedule of eating, sleeping, watching TV, etc. No word on whether this handy accessory will make it to the States. Yeah. Pokemon Monopoly. Try to say that 3 times fast. Parker Brothers and Hasbro have taken the classic proprietary trading game and given it a decidedly Pokemon twist. This special collector's edition of Monopoly comes with 6 adorable tokens in the shape of Pikachu, Charmander, Bulbasaur, Clefairy, Blastoise, and Mewtwo. I'll go with the Clefairy. And Mewtwo. Fight other players in an attempt to collect all the properties and come out with the biggest wad of Pokemoney. Nice. Looking cool. Yeah, so my very first Pokemon game was Pokemon Red for the Game Boy. I've already read this one. What was your first Pokemon game? Yeah, another new Pokemon Game Boy game is coming out to Japan. Pokemon Blue coming out. Oh my god. Now, before you jump all over me and tell me that that's an old version, hear me out. The Pokemon Red and Blue games that came out in the US are actually the same as the Pokemon Red and Green cartridges that were released in Japan back in 1996. I had a Japanese friend and I actually seen the Green cartridge. So, let's see, the Pokemon Red and Blue games, just reiterating this, that came out in the US are actually the same as Pokemon Red and Green cartridges that were released in Japan back in 1996. Japan's Green was our Blue. Confused yet? So far there's no word on whether Japan's Pokemon Blue will come to the US, where it would have to be assigned another color. Japan's Pokemon Blue is mostly for the hardcore Pokemon fanatic. The gameplay and basic storyline haven't changed, but enough minor alterations have been made to qualify this new Pokemon game as a separate version. Most noticeably different is the new Pokemon artwork used during the battle sequences, featured for the first time in any Pokemon game. Unfortunately, the artwork in the Pokédex uses the old art. However, they did alter the monster's description, so it's not completely the same old Pokédex. The final difference is that new dialogue has been added to the game. Remember in Red and Blue when randomly placed trainers said things like, "My boyfriend is cool," right before they attacked you? My personal favorite was walking through the SS Anne and meeting a sailor who said, "I like fighting young kids like you." Hopefully the dialogue in the Japanese Pokemon will be a little less enigmatic. Let's see. Yeah. It looks a bit different. I can kind of see that. Especially Ratata. Let's see. So, oh, we're almost at the end. I'm at page 110 out of 117. Ooh, we haven't reached the coal zone yet. We're at the Japan report too. Let's see. Japan report. American Pac-Man Championship honored in Japan. Billy Mitchell, who recently scored an unprecedented perfect score in Pac-Man, was honored by Namco at its Wonder Park arcade in Yokohama last September. The event was called Pac-Man Fiesta, and employees from Namco, including President Nakamura, celebrated Mr. Mitchell's incredible feat. A resident of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, the 33-year-old Mitchell scored 3,333,360 points in Pac-Man on July 3rd, 1999, in New Hampshire. What was he doing in New Hampshire? He reached the 256th stage, where the screen splits into a glitchy mess that's impossible to pass on his first life, devouring all 4 ghosts 4 times on each stage up to that point. Accepting Namco's award, he has this to say: "Pac-Man is very popular in the US, and I always wanted a perfect score. On that day, I was very nervous, and I finished it in 6 hours, but now I'm able to do it in 4. Laughs." Mr. Mitchell showed some of his Pac-Man tips, and even played a little himself. All the Pac-Man machines were set on free play, so everyone could enjoy a full day of Pac-Mania. Very nice. Crazy how Billy Mitchell was involved in a court case that just got resolved a couple weeks ago. Is it the same Billy Mitchell, though? Why does that name sound familiar, though? Billy Mitchell. Billy Mitchell shows how to beat the 256th split screen stage. Okay. That's a glitched out stage. I believe that's Billy Mitchell there. He was accused of cheating on his speedruns. Huh. Is this the same Billy Mitchell though? I'm kind of curious now. He must be very old now, I imagine. Because he's 33 as of 1999. Damn, he must be like speedrunning for ages. Billy shows how it's done in the US. The impossible 256th stage in Pac-Man. So yeah, that's like a buffer overflow or something like that. An overflow error from what I understand. Because you also get that in Tetris as well. Let's ride a power shovel. In our usual search for bizarre Japanese arcade games, we found this. Taito's Power Shovel Nitoro. Power Shovel Simulator. Let's ride Power Shovel. Same guy, holy shit. Damn. That guy's a real gamer. Like, Taito's Train Simulator, Densha to Go. Let's Ride a Power Shovel is another job simulation game where you get to experience the hard work of a power shovel operator. In the game, you are contracted from one job to the next. Using the power shovel, you have to move piles of dirt, cement and other materials found on various construction sites. You are then rated on your job performance and the quality of work. 2 players can also play a split screen mode and compete against each other. The game has a license from Komatsu, the power shovel manufacturer, a big construction vehicle company in Japan, to give it an authentic feel with true-to-life power shovel controls. Could a PlayStation version with a nifty power shovel controller be in the works? We hope so. I want to see this. Where is it? Power Shovel Nitoro. Let me just put this on. Jamie, pull this up on YouTube. Power Shovel Nitoro. Ooh, I don't think YouTube has any videos on this. Let me try something else. Taito Power Shovel. Okay, yes, okay, we have something.
Simulation games are close to my heart, but perhaps none more so than the humble excavator.
Wait. Where's the simulator?
Power. But the 4 or 5 of which there
we go.
Think 12 all up. And this mode lets you
That
do
character
one
looks very
through
familiar.
level.
I feel like I've seen that character before.
Let's start with the PC30MR, the most standard one. So each of these, you can do a few challenges, then you get like a unique ending and game over screen.
So they were right about that peripheral coming out.
I think. Yes. Bucket.
Oh, damn.
Up. Yes, I need to say BS to myself. I'm actually using my own stupid mnemonic for this. Now bucket, no, I need to do stick up, so it should be like that.
I like the wireframes in this.
Boom up. Swing. And bucket.
That's kind of cool, actually. That is actually kind of cool.
Play here with power.
I'm just skipping ahead.
I don't
Oh, good
wanna
heavens.
fall off.
Don't fall off. No! Oh my goodness.
Why does he just hit the edge and slide
Oh
off?
no. That was so tragic. Right, that's cool. I've seen enough. Feel free to watch the rest in your own time. Right. I have the rest of this read. Lesson from Komatsu, I've already read about this. Sega Spook House. Joypolis, Sega's huge arcade in Fukuoka, opened a walkthrough horror attraction called The Dead Last Summer. Fans of the popular light gun game will meet The Dead Last Summer. Oh, that's the attraction, not the game. If that was the game, I would have pulled up a video. Fans of the popular light gun... Wait, no, it should be. It should be. No, no. Or is this like House of the Dead? Actually, let me finish reading this. Yes, it is. Fans of the popular light gun game will immediately recognize that the attraction is based on Sega's House of the Dead series. I was right. For 600 yen, you can enter the fictional city known as the Dead, where... Oh, wow. The city known as the Dead. Oh, excuse me. Where two different kinds of zombies try to scare the pants off you. You play the role of an agent whose job is to investigate the undead neighborhood. Along the way, an attractive lady, also playing an agent, will join your team and help you out. Little mini activities determine whether you can proceed on the course or not. For example, a huge 5-headed monster has a key hidden in one of its mouths. If you can't find the key in 30 seconds, then it's game over. The attractions last a little over 5 minutes, but you get to experience what it feels like to be in a town of brain eaters. What is this one? Ocean Boulevard, all rights reserved. Are these just... Yeah, I think this is just like, I don't even know the word. It's not like boilerplate text, something like that. Then we got the cool zone. Now that this has become one of the most popular sections of Tips and Tricks, this might be a good time to remind you that the goodies featured on this page are not always available for sale to the general public. It's just a collection of stuff that we thought you'd be interested in, regardless of where we got it from, so bundle up good, take a deep breath, and step into the cool zone. Got PlayStation Fishing Controller, features an analog joystick that, just like the kind on DualShock controllers, includes a vibrating motor inside, plus a G sensor, which can detect how much force you put into casting your lure. It's especially designed for H-Tech's fishing game, Bass Landing. Also jumping on the fishing bandwagon, Mad Catz, I think they're still around to be honest, has devised its own fishing controller for the Nintendo 64. Like other Nintendo 64 controllers, there's a port on the bottom that lets you insert controller packs and other devices. There's a D-pad included in the left face of the controller if you don't like the analog one. And 4 yellow C. Buttons are replaced with a concave disc similar to a D-pad that lets you push in 8 directions. Requires 2 AA batteries to power its built-in vibration function. But this one, monster characters from Midway's Rampage 2 Universal Tour, which I had, can fit in your pocket. The horrible monsters, Ralph the Wolf and Curtis the Rat, are now plush keychains whose attempts to pose threateningly just make them look cute. You know how your mom always tells you not to sit too close to the TV? Well, you can take care of that nagging epidemic by getting Mad Catz's Dream Cable for your Dreamcast. It adds another 6 feet to your controller cable, so you can kick back and not worry about tugging the system off the shelf. Nice one. This ultra cool set of wind-up toys that Namco sent out as promotional items for its 25th anniversary Pac-Man World game. Pac-Man, Puka, and Mappy walk in a straight line, but the ghosts run around in circles. Nice one. NFL Blitz, talking football helmet. Oh, it's a keychain. Yeah, I'm not a big American football fan, I'm sorry. I'm gonna skip past that. Made by Newtown Company and distributed by Blaze, the home arcade system is an easy build-it-yourself entertainment center for your own room. Made of sturdy wood and metal supports, the unit can hold any console system along with medium-sized TV... So, hold on, I was distracted by that steering wheel there. There are places to hang your controllers on the side and even a little nook to place foot pedals. Very cool item for your house. For the house. TV, toy steering wheel, and PlayStation pictured here are not included, okay? Get behind the wheel of your PlayStation with the GT2 steering wheel controller by Pelican Accessories. No more fooling around with unresponsive control pads. Now you're driving in style. Interact Starfire, Light Blaster, Light Gun for the Dreamcast. In addition to having 2 trigger buttons, there's a small D-pad on the left side for controlling menus. The orange switch toggles between a number of useful settings like auto reload and auto fire. This light gun also has one port for your VMU and other devices. I think I've seen that. I don't know, it might have been a different Dreamcast light gun. Oh, now we have ads. The only allies are enemies. StarCraft 64. 2 games in 1 includes StarCraft and Brood War missions. Let's zoom in a bit. Using N64 expansion pack. Exclusive 2-player modes using Nintendo 64 expansion pack. Over 100 hours of explosive gameplay. Customized for the Nintendo 64 with 2-player split-screen action, rumble pack support, and exclusive maps not found anywhere else. Engage in a deadly mix of space combat, planetary assault, and covert base infiltration. Command Ghost espionage agents, Protoss High Templars, and Zerg Defilers as you seek to conquer the galaxy. Whether you command the nomadic Terrans... which one are Terrans again? I think it's these guys. These are Terrans. The voracious Zerg, these guys. And... wait. No. These are Terrans. These are Terrans. These are Protoss. And then these are Zerg. You must devise totally unique strategies to master the specialized units, abilities, and technologies of each. Oh, what is this? Let me zoom out a bit more. Retro mags. From the creators of Resident Evil, the survival horror game that will totally consume you, all of you. Yeah. Still looks very spooky in that game engine. The most frightening game of the year, next gen. Raw instinct takes over in this new, adrenaline-pumping journey into survival horror. Your covert mission to infiltrate an isolated island compound has gone haywire. Now you find yourself pursued by a relentless prehistoric terror. Suddenly, your mission becomes a desperate fight for survival. Rated mature for the Sony PlayStation. Bonus includes Resident Evil 3 Nemesis demo. There we go. And these are the guys that make this possible. Our goal is to preserve classic video game magazines so they are not lost permanently, and I really appreciate what they're doing. People interested in helping out in any capacity, please visit us at retromax.com. No profit is made from these scans, nor do we offer anything available from the publishers themselves. If you come across anyone selling releases from this site, please do not support them and do let us know. Thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, cool. Yeah, and that kind of wraps it up. I'm just gonna wrap up the stream and just maybe do a raid, I guess. Who should I raid though? Any suggestions? There's quite a few people, but I don't... Oh god, all these people have like hundreds of viewers. I don't know what to do. There's Jacob Jones. Jacob Jones. Okay. I should raid into Jacob Jones. He's cool. He's a cool guy. He smokes cigarettes, just like me. So what was it? Raid Jacob Jones money. Right, cool. Well, I don't know next time I'm going to stream, but hopefully it won't be too long until next time. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, and until next time, take it easy and good night.